Bruh, they did my boy Jozu dirty.
Bro, no, man,
Yeah.
disrespect. I feel
Um,
disrespected.
Unbelievable.
There's no way. Another Sanji dog. Jozu is perfect for it. He's made out of jewels, man. He's a diamond.
Bro, I still can't believe it's another Sanji.
And
I
it's
mean,
good as well, too, which pisses me off.
I'm kind of happy with the Sanji spam.
Get this guy.
Oh my god.
Get this guy out of here.
Actual clown.
That's what I'm saying. You know what's an actual clown, though? The fact that Sanji Pudding's available from the treasure map ticket.
Yep.
That's hilarious.
It's funny,
Yeah,
Rizzy,
someone
really?
tagged me in that.
Rizzy sent me a message. He's like, "Oh, you got to tell Nick about this." I'm like, "Do I?"
Who cares? Like, does it really
Don't tell them.
does it matter? Like, in all honesty, does it matter? Like,
I mean, unless if you already have Sanji pudding, then you probably don't want them in there. But I mean,
at the end of the day, though, like, it doesn't affect me. If I
Hey.
get them, like, all right, cool, I got
Well,
them. Like, sweet.
but like, it would be cool if like if they just make all those limited units just available on like all these tickets. That'd be pretty cool.
There should just be a limited unit ticket at this point when eventually.
You know, like even if you from an event, if you get like a guaranteed red,
Should
and
be
if it's like
available.
everything but a Super Sugo, that would be pretty dope.
Fuck it, throw the Super Sue in there too, man. There's 5 of them now. We need a way to get Luffy, Law, and Kid, you know, for that last tap ting. So like,
Oh, yeah.
Basically.
I mean, at this point, like, if they're gonna have like a limited like 1 year red, they might as well also have like an exclusive like, oh, this ticket guarantees you an exclusive legend, whether it's a Super Sugo legend, a TM exclusive, a Pyre Rumble exclusive, or a Kizuna exclusive. So that's like its own little pool of legends there, you know. And that legend would be fire. You know, any one of those legends you get from it would be so fucking clean.
Yeah, true. That's a good point. I'll wait and see how that goes.
I guess so.
I just hope that it's actually not an error and it's intended to be that way. That'd be cool.
You'll see. You'll wake up tomorrow when TM ends. You'll wake up and see the news bird, and you're like, oh, whoops.
Nah, you know what'd be even more shitty is if people that did get Sanji pudding, they get a refunded red ticket.
Dude, you know
my
what?
God.
Fuck it, do it. That's hilarious. Do it. I don't care. It doesn't affect me at all. But
That's fucked.
they should do it. They should literally do it. That's hilarious.
They'll probably like if they do like fix it, they'll probably just give everyone that like got to a ticket. They'll probably just refund the ticket to everyone, or like they'll just give everyone like a gem or something stupid like that.
Refund me the gems that I used to pull Sanji pudding.
Yeah, I'll take that.
Yeah.
Yeah, same as Flame. Give me his 30 gems back.
Yeah, give me his 30 gems back.
Yeah.
Piece of trash.
This guy.
Oh, the Sanji Sugo is already out? Or is that later? No, that's
It's
already
today.
out. Holy shit.
Yeah.
Japan ain't fucking about no more,
You
bro.
know Japan don't stop, bro.
Japan ain't fucking about.
I thought they were gonna have a bit of a break before releasing another legend, but nope.
Absolutely not.
And you already know after this TM new debut batch coming.
Oh yeah, they're gonna have a Kizuna legend.
Yeah, there's a Kizuna news as well. Oh well, Godot said no news, so we're good to go.
All right, cool.
That's our
No
starting point. What's going on, guys? Welcome back to episode 45 of the Good, Great, Perfect podcast. Shout out Godot for giving us the all clear. Yeah, once again, we are back. We got the same goobers. You got Flame, you got Giant Green, Pen 15, you got Toadskii. I'm sure you can assume who Giant Green Pen 15 is. But we're all back once again for another fantastic, jam-packed episode of the GGB podcast. As we mentioned on Twitter, this is a health check episode, so you know, you gotta check the homies. Hopefully everyone's doing alright out there in the cruel, cold world of the earth we live on. But you know what else is cruel though? OPTC. No. Lots of information though. Global, we have a lot of information, but not necessarily like in-game news, if that makes sense. But I mean, like, we'll just jump right into it, I suppose. TM Exclusive Sanji. Now, I know everyone don't start disliking. Like, I had a chat with Yoshi. He said TM Exclusive Joe's who's coming next. But we're all pretty pissed. We're all pretty mad.
Have a look at this thing I just posted in our chat here. Look at their login rewards that they get.
Hey! 56 gems? Oh my days.
They get 56 gems over 10 days.
That's a
for
multi.
logging in. That's crazy.
So, with that little segue there, TM Exclusive Sanji, the Mugiwara 56, Go Mu. What did you guys, as soon as you saw it was a Sanji, what was going through everyone's heads as soon as you saw that thing pop up?
Garbage.
Oh no.
Bro, I was so disappointed. I couldn't
feel
believe
that.
it. Could not believe it. I was like, oh, like people were saying, oh, it could be a legend, and like, a TM legend. No, because we have to have Jozu as our
exactly.
TM legend.
I want to.
Unfortunately, it is Sanji.
I want to throw
Yeah.
it tonight. The man who conceived TM legend Jozu. How do you feel about TM exclusive Sanji?
I mean, like costume wise and stuff is like really cool.
Yeah,
but
I agree.
I don't know. I don't know. Kind of sad it's not Josie. That's all I can say.
I mean, if they were gonna do this as the batch, Sanji shouldn't have been the legend.
No, I don't think so either.
It should have been like
So-
either Chopper or Nami.
Dude, Chopper and Nami would have been tight, in all honesty.
So my exact thought process was I saw Sanji and I was like, oh, Sanji, and then I saw TM Legend. I was like, oh, yikes. And then I saw Nami and I was like, oh, no, she's kind of bad.
Dude, as soon as I saw the 5-star, I was like, it's a legend. Like, they don't do 5 stars anymore, you know what I mean? Sorry, 4-star to 5-star, then 5. Obviously, with a 5-star, you have a pre-evolution, is probably a better way to say it, yeah.
I do have to admit, though, I really, as much as I don't like the Sanji, I do like his art. I think it looks really nice.
Yeah, like what Knight said, the costume idea and all that kind of stuff is really neat. And I think more legends along this kind of line where it's like, you know, maybe it's not necessarily a story-based legend, but it could be something more like unique or like more fun in a sense. Maybe like looking...
Yeah.
Because this is based off Otter. He drew this for a special, right? Or something like that.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So,
it was
like-
towards the end of Whole Cake Island.
Yeah.
It was cool.
So like more things like that, I'd be way more like into, opposed to just being like, let's go back to Dressrosa and like do more legends from there. So
Yeah, it makes it more refreshing. Yeah,
For
totally agree. And like it just opens up so many different opportunities for like different characters, which
Correct.
is really cool. And like, despite the fact that it is a Sanji unit, and like a lot of people are obviously pretty upset about that, but like his abilities are pretty good.
So-
So
let's get into that then, eh?
yeah. let's do it.
Sanji is a Psi Free Spirit Fighter Super Type Legend. His captain ability is Psi Fighter and Free Spirit characters attack by 5x, AC 1.3, -2 cooldown at the start of the adventure to Psi Fighter and Free Spirit characters, and he triggers his special at the start of the adventure.
Good captain effect.
It's just a solid captain. 5x captain, as we've like, you know, we're very privy to at the moment. A 5x captain is always a very strong, you know, flat base there, and you know, -2 cooldown as well. Fantastic.
He's,
and special as well.
He's very similar to the anniversary legends. Like it's a 5x flat boost to a color in 2 classes.
Yep.
And then health boost, and then do something else. It's pretty much like the exact same as the Annie legends.
Exactly
So-
right.
Amazing captain effect.
And then I think the cooldown, of course, is there because it's a TM exclusive legend. So obviously you want that ability to just speed through like initial stages.
Yep.
So, you know, you're getting through there a lot faster and stuff there for sure.
Really good.
There's not really much for that captain.
It's a basic captain, but
Yeah.
it's good.
Yeah, like Todd said, very similar to the Annie Legends. He's special though. For 4 turns, increases the appearance rate of matching orbs by a large amount, probably by like 2 times or whatever. For 4 turns, he heals 8 times the character's recovery at the end of the fight. For 4 turns, boosts orbs of Psi Fighter and Free Spirit characters by 2x. And if crew already has an orb boost, the special is triggered then for 4x attack boost to Psi Fighter and Free Spirit by... So I said 4x attack boost. Oh my days. 4 turn attack boost for Psi Fighter and Free Spirit by 2x. Jesus Christ. Power creep was too high at that point. But
It's actually got me thinking. Because with his captain effect, he has a health boost, right? And then so when he enters the fight, launches his special. Now, when he launches his special, for 4 turns, you get like 8 times his recovery, which is probably not like a lot now that I'm thinking about it, but it means that you could run like Sanji and use like Moby Dick ship, and you'd have like a huge HP pool. And because you heal at the start of the quest, you're getting a lot of your health back straight away.
Yep.
So that's really cool. And also because of the fact that he's a Psi Fighter Free Spirit captain, you could partner up with Roger with the Despair reducing captain effect to make sure you don't lose that health. Oh man, there's lots of really cool things with this Sanji, man, and that's a great special.
So his base recovery is 431, so you get like 3200 from just his recovery alone, which is 3200 is a pretty good amount.
And you can use the liberal hind.
Exactly right, and then
If you wanted to.
auto heal as well, like so you get like 6,000 almost 6,000 just from one Sanji, and I don't
That's
know,
really crazy.
and we don't know yet if you have two Sanjis get triggered, do you get both of their recovery as well? So
Nah, probably
not because it's a special. But what I wanted to point out is that the reason why, like, I think it's really interesting that it's 4 turns for a boost. Like, first of all, is this the first like natural 4-turn orb or attack boost we've seen in Treasure Cruise?
Didn't versus Ace and Akainu have a 4-turn?
I think Akainu had a 4-turn burn, right? Or was it Ace?
Yeah.
Akainu had a 4-turn burn. Yeah.
Akainu.
So obviously I think it probably is pretty apparent to like most like hardcore players, but for people that may not be like, I guess like too well versed, the 4-turn boost is good because TM is a 5-turn battle for the most part, and if you're running double Sanji, when one Sanji's special triggers, you get a 4-turn orb boost, and then when the other Sanji's special triggers, it'll recognize that there's an orb boost already active, so you get an attack boost, which means you're gonna go through stages 1 to 4 with a 4-turn attack and orb boost, plus a higher chance of matching orbs, plus you'll have 4 turns of recovery to get through the first 4 stages of any fight very quickly. It means the mini boss, you already have an attack and an orb boost going into the mini boss, more or less, which is just obscene in itself.
And the new free-to-play treasure map Zoro has a special that extends the duration of attack and orbs by 2 turns.
So there you go. So now you'll have essentially 6 turns.
Yep.
And then with 1 turn of preemptive, you'll potentially go into the boss fight with a 2x attack and 2x orb boost.
The other good thing as well is like he reduces his cooldown by 2 at the start of the quest. So with double Sanji, it's -4, -6 with cooldown, -7 potentially with a ship. So that's already really good. His base cooldown, I think, with the expansion is 14, which is like pretty high.
Yep.
So the fact that his captain effect gives you that cooldown is quite valuable. Plus with treasure map cooldowns, by the time you reach the final boss stage, it'll be ready to go again. So
cool. I'm pretty sure it'd be ready to go at the start of it'll be ready to go straight away. So it's very, very, very convenient. Flame Knight, any thoughts, any opinions on Sanji's captain and special?
I think the special is really good for speedrunning and stuff. Like,
I'd agree.
I don't like the special though. Like, I feel like 2x is kind of low considering like what we have nowadays. Like, kind of better to run something else, and like also like on other stuff outside of TM, you kind of don't want that orb and attack boost because I mean, like, you do have like the cooldown, so you don't have to stall as much, but like some characters you still want to like stall for. So I don't know how beneficial like the automatic like orb boost would be.
Yep.
But I mean, it could be good as well.
Flame, what do you think?
Yeah, I was gonna say the same thing. I didn't really think about that TM thing you said. That actually makes a lot of sense. But I don't like that it's a 2x attack boost. I think it's kind of similar to Vivi Rebecca. Like it should have been 2.25.
Right.
I think that would have been a lot better, especially with how his super type works, which we're gonna talk about in a couple minutes. But the heal and stuff is nice, but I just think that the multipliers outside of like treasure map, because treasure map's low anyway. It's low.
Yep, I totally agree there. I think the only reason why they're not going to do 2.25 or any higher is because it's considered it's 4 turns of a boost. So maybe you can Poppy special like in the like stage 4, get a 2.25 attack and orb boost, and then that'll run through to stage 5. So maybe that's considered too high for them. So I kind of get why it's a 2x boost, but at the same time, like Knight mentioned, it's fantastic for speed farming content. But these days, like, it's not very common you're going back and farming content unless obviously you're a new player. So like, I don't know, like a 2x attack and orb isn't necessarily like too high in comparison to the current power creep we have at the moment.
I do think though that with that super type, like it making his attack and orb boost get that boost that the super type provides kind of like offsets the low value of 2x, because I definitely understand where people come from, and I totally agree. But yeah, when you think about it, like 2.3 attack and orbs with one unit that's crazy.
That's way better, yeah. So we'll quickly just jump into that. So super type condition, any one of the Straw Hats except Jinbei, because who knows? And then super type special is plus 0.3 to orbs and attack boost on crew. And then obviously super type Psy units become super type. That's crazy. Just in itself, the super type ability. Like, to me, that's insane. Because, like, what that is going to mean is that we're going to see units in the future have special abilities that'll increase attack and orb boost by a small amount. So we're going to, like, in future, you could see some crazy attack and orb boosts for sure.
I feel like they got to be very careful with boosts like that, though, because we've already got Roger that could be a 3x.
And then like, you use this well, then, you know, then you use, like, this unit super type, and they have a 3.3x attack boost, right? So, like, that's crazy. You know, like, even throwing it back to TM Big Mom. Isn't she a 3x? Yeah, TM Big Mom's a 3x orb boost. Fuck it, 3.3. And she gives you a full board of G orbs, and she gives you an attack boost, right? So like,
that's great.
You know what I mean? Like, I know that's a very niche kind of thing, but at the same time, like, units that this Sanji Legend with units that give attack and orb boost, like, in their own special as well, is a very good kind of combination there. Like, you're gonna get a lot of mileage out of Sanji's super type ability.
I had a question. I don't know if it's confirmed, but I saw like a lot of people saying like, oh, like just pop both of them and you get 0.6, but I don't think it works like that, because nothing works like that in this game.
I doubt it. That'd be if that's the case, this unit's the best legend in the game.
Yeah, you like 3.6x attack boost from Roger.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like like this unit is the best captain in the game, hands down. Like there'd be no ifs or buts about it. Like, he's already fantastic as a captain. He has great typing. He's a Psy unit to start off with. Like, and
he's speed captain too.
It's also funny because I think Todd, like, I don't know if it was ended up being in the episode or not, but you were like, no, it was in the episode, because you asked us like what color has the least amount of super type units.
Yeah,
and then like 2 weeks later, they released Sanji super type for Psy units. So like, you know, someone's listening. I don't know who, but someone's out there.
Todd.
Thanks, Todd.
No worries. It's all my fault we got Sanji.
Yeah. So his sailor abilities, he would trade all colored orbs beneficial, and when he's a sailor, he minuses 1 cooldown to himself when a free spirit character other than himself uses a special.
That's good.
Pretty good, like as a sailor there.
Use Kinemon.
Oh, yes.
-3 straight away.
Yes, sir. Cool. We also have a new limit break ability on him. The tap timing orb lock reduction. That's a mouthful. It reduces that by 5 turns.
Yeah, so that's a weird one.
That's the debuff that like puts a chain around your orb unless you hit a specific good, great, or perfect. Shout out to those guys.
I don't know why he has that. That's weird.
Yeah, I don't like it, to be honest, because it's only for himself. So I mean, it's like,
oh shit, you're right.
When is that really going to be a beneficial thing?
You're right.
Unless they specifically like made a piece of content for it.
Maybe I guess TM.
Also, the tablet's also not out. I believe so.
Yep.
You have to pull like 4 copies.
Yeah, they're really making it to rainbow these characters now.
God,
what are they doing?
Like at level 1, it would be 1 turn. That's useless. Most likely, at least, it'd be 1 turn, right? So
I feel like just in general, it's like such a wasted ability because it's not a very common debuff.
If it was on the whole crew, like the whole crew minus 5 turns, different story, right? But
that'd be broken.
On just Sanj, like what does that thing do? Isn't it just like it's just an orb block with extra steps for the most part, right? Okay.
Any orb in that lock thing cannot be changed as well.
Right. Okay. Well, you
Legend Capone, the fire tank pirates, they apply it to driven and shooters, I think.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you could work around that easily. Like you could come into the stage with like banging orbs, like rainbow orbs like that, or 1-0 orbs. Yeah. Get them locked up, wrap it up.
Well, that's the thing, because the way of Odin's structured, he will boost the orbs of free spirit units too. So he works with this guy.
Yeah, so it's very weird that it's just to himself. But I mean, you know, what can you do? His support though is pretty good. Once during the venture, when the supported character triggers a special that does an HP cut or direct damage, for 1 turn, boost the orbs of side characters by 1.75. Damn. What? It's such a good orb.
Yeah,
Sorry, such a good support ability.
I saw that. That was definitely a pretty good one. I just wanted to mention this before I forget. I was talking to Knight about it. In a very rare occasion where you can't use an attack boost, I thought it'd be pretty cool if you had Shanks Crew in your team and you pop Sanji Super Type and you get a 1.8 attack boost. I think that'd be okay.
Oh, true. Yeah.
That's a really good shout, actually. Yeah, you're 100% right.
Yeah.
That's really good. Yeah. Dude, so that's very smart. I didn't think of that. But yeah, that support's really good.
Lit.
So what do we have now? Enel, we have Enel already, right? That does a
Affinity.
And this guy does an orb boost.
I think Flampe's orb boost.
Yeah, she does one too. Yep. Yeah. But this Sanji's stronger, obviously.
But like now you can use I mean, it doesn't matter anymore, but like if you were to run like a V3 bowler team, or you to run like, you know what I mean? Like, or you run like a Roger team, you can just, one unit can bring you an attack and an orb boost. And then a second unit can bring you something and then a color affinity boost as well. As 2 units can give you all that, damage is kind of crazy.
I love it. It's so good. And it's a Sanji unit, so he gets access to good supports.
Oh, for sure. So like, there's a plethora of good supports there for.
What's his other 2 potential abilities?
Pinch Heal, which is at 50%, 1.5. And then you have Orb Seal reduced by 10 turns. So kind of lame for 10 turn Orb Seal. Not completely. And the Pinch Heal's at 50%. Is that... bro, I never really look at Pinch Heal.
That's normal.
It's common? Okay. Alright, as a PvE unit, what do you guys think?
Oh, I think he's a 9.5.
Flame Knight, what are you guys thinking?
You said for PvP?
PvE, sorry, PvE. We'll go into
PvE.
Sorry.
I'd probably give him a 9.
Yeah. Knight, what do you think, buddy?
Yeah, I'd probably say like a 9.5.
I think I'm like an 8.5. I don't know. Like, I think he's got really. I think for treasure map, if he is like, we'll get into what this means for treasure map, right? But like, if he's a constant boost on every treasure map, like having this legend's such a big asset, right? But if he's just a regular ass legend, like I don't see myself not using Roger for side content, more or less.
Depends, because he's got cooldown.
That's
pretty
true.
Valuable.
Yeah, I agree.
Actually, a matter of fact, I'm dropping my rating to 8.5.
Yep.
Because I was very disappointed that they didn't give him in like his captain effect some type of treasure map exclusivity.
Yeah, I agree.
Just anything.
I mean, it's not like, the thing is, you're not wrong though. Like, I'm surprised that he didn't get at least something to do with it. I mean, he should have. But I guess, I don't know, maybe his special is very tailored towards treasure map. So I guess maybe that's why.
Maybe boosted every treasure map.
Yeah, he better be for sure. His PvE kit though. So his special is at level 10 is a 32 CT special, 1200 fixed damage to enemies in a medium range, 1.8 times character attack and damage to enemies in a large range, and when time remaining is 30 seconds or less, 3200 fixed damage to enemies in a large range. A lot of damage output. Definitely a bench unit, I feel like. Comes on in the last, 40, 30 seconds, pops off a special. Probably like a complete, a complete clear of all units, because that's a lot of damage output right there.
Yeah, he has the potential to be very good, but I mean, still fixed damage and then 1.8 times.
Yep.
That's still really good in a large range. What's the CT on that again?
32. So there's a long charge time. That's the issue.
Sai has a couple of good CT reducers. So
he himself, his pirate ability. So yeah, his pirate rumble ability is level 8 speed up and level 1 CT charge rate up. So here he does the CT charge rate, which is gonna make sure his special pops a little earlier.
Because does Wano Law do CT reduction for Sai? I think he does.
I think so.
Can't
maybe.
remember.
Obviously, you have units like Kizaru as well. Like there's a large range of Sai units that are gonna CT charge for sure.
Yeah. Wano Law's level 6 CT up for Sai.
Yeah, so crazy.
That's
good.
Huge.
And then He is immune to movement seal and 30% damage reduction from int.
That's good. That's really good.
Yep.
Nice. Yeah, he'll be solid. I don't know if he'll be like, meta defining, but he'll be good.
I think like he does definitely strengthen inherently, right? But he does definitely strengthen Sai a lot because now you have like Legend Enel, Toy Soldier Rebecca, Germa, Roger, like Kizaru. You can build a very like strong Sai team. They just need one really overpowered Pirate Rumble unit to come out. Like, obviously, they have Toy Soldier Rebecca, but having one more, like, heavy damage dealer you can put on the bench for Sai that gets all the boosts, I think Sai could really see a push in that realm.
I agree. They're like really close to being, like, top, for sure.
For sure.
Nice.
All right. Legend Sanji, pretty good overall. 8s and 9s around the board, so, can't complain whatsoever there. Anything notable from the rare recruits at all? Did you guys find?
The Luffy's interesting. He has a special that increases he's kind of like Sanji super tight, but he does it for Chainlock. Yeah,
so
that's super interesting.
Reduces 5 turns of bind and despair on crew, reduces 5 turns of resilience on enemies, and when Chainlock is active for 1 turn plus 0.2 to the Chainlock effect, otherwise for 1 turn he locks the chain for 2.75.
Yeah, that's cool.
That's really good.
Yep.
He himself also has -1 cooldown when free spirit units use their special, and he will and he makes strength rolls beneficial for the crew. It's a really good unit.
Okay. Yeah.
I was gonna say Roger. Chopper is paralysis and 5 turns of paralysis and burn, adjacent orbs and block orbs to recovery, and for 4 turn he boosts color affinity by 1.75. So once again, similar things. And then the Nami, shout out Nami. For 4 turns, she locks the chain at 2.75, delays for 1 turn, and she chooses 1 character for -2 cooldown, and then reduces 3 turns of special seal. And then she herself has 3 turns of special seal.
Why 3?
3 is so shit.
Yeah,
I'm kind of pissed at that too, though, because that's the first time I've read the rare recruits. Like, I understand Luffy's whole point is to boost the chain, but why not make Nami's chain higher than 2.75? Why not make it like 3x then, right? Why make Luffy's, like, if there's no chain lock, I said chain boost. Chain lock, like, keep it at 2.75, but then for Nami, we'll make her, like, the guaranteed chain locker, and then, put her at 3x at least.
Yeah, that's stupid, dude. What the hell?
They had to make a bad Nami.
Yeah, they did, right? Most rare recruit Namis are actually quite decent, so...
Actually, I think they have some interesting supports. Yeah, Chopper's got a good support, and Luffy's got a good support. So
they all do have that -1 cooldown in their sailor abilities, so that's, really good in themselves. Luffy's support ability is... when the support character triggers a special with an orb boost, for 1 turn he locks the chain, and that attaches to Sanji and Zoro. And then Chopper, when the enemy inflicts burn, he reduces 2 turns of burn on the crew, and that attaches to Luffy and Usopp. And then Nami's is where when special seal or special rewind is inflicted, reduce 2 turns of special seal and -2 cooldown of supported character that attaches to Chopper and Robin. Why is that almost as good as her special ability in terms of special seal? That's not, like what?
It is annoying that it only does it for the support character. Like I would have preferred if they just got rid of the special reverse thing and just make it like remove the special seal from the whole crew.
Yeah,
that would be so much better.
I'd agree with that too. That'd be really good.
Yeah. Oh well.
They've all got Pirate Rumble stuff, but it is what it is there.
Yeah.
Let's get into their Sugofest though.
Oh yeah, all right.
So there's nothing. It seems like it's a pretty generic Sugofest. So this is, keep in mind, this is the Treasure Map Sugofest. So we have a 7.5% Legend rate up, which is, what is that, a 1.5x?
Yep.
Usual. There's 3 parts. Each part comes out before Treasure Map. I will say I like this. I like that Bandai is starting to push all the Treasure Map parts before Treasure Map comes out, so that I don't
know why it took them so long.
I know, right? Like, so that if you're missing legends on particular parts and you still want to pull for boosters, you can wait for those parts to come out. The Sugo structure is pretty generic as per usual. First multis are discounted. The second, fourth, and sixth multis, which is a 56% chance for the last post to be red. Haha, we get it. But at the same time, it should have just been a guaranteed red. They should have said 56% chance to be Sanji. Like, make it cool, right? Like, but no. And it is 25 multis to guarantee Sanji, and that's 1,250 gems. I think it's 1,250. It might
and
be 1,270.
He is So the thing about this batch that's interesting is that all these characters, you can only pull them on treasure maps, including like Luffy,
Nami, and Chopper.
Oh, are you serious?
Yeah, so they are the rare recruits. They're not they're TM rare recruits.
They'll be reoccurring.
Yeah, they'll be available in every TM banner from now on, but they're only pullable on the TM banners themselves.
Yep.
Flame's punching the air right now, I can tell. Flame is pissed.
Such a weird decision. I don't really get it. But at least the boosters and stuff, like they actually have like usable captain effects. So if you get them, you can use like.
If you don't get Sanji, but you get any of them, you can run them as captains for sure. Flame, you alright there, buddy? You doing okay?
No comment.
Oh no.
Man's out of here.
Each part has 15 legends, so pretty good. I mean,
it's kind of annoying though.
Kind of lame.
Like,
They jumped 5 extra.
Yeah, like why even give it the legend rate increase and then just add the 5 legends to just dumb it down? Like, just what's the point?
Now the rate is still the exact same. There's just
exactly
more legends to pull from. Part 1's pretty good. Bonnie, Magellan, Kaido, Vivi Becker, all the V2s, and Halloween Mihawk's fantastic.
Yeah.
Part 2, Marco, brand new Marco is kind of crazy on that part. V3 Blackbeard, who actually doesn't exist, and Ace vs. Kainu, and Halloween Law. And then part 3, you have Whitebeard Shanks, Moria, V3 Zoro, and V2. Jesus, part 3 is good. Part 3 is really good. You have Shiro Mancherry V2, Kaido vs. Big Mom, Luffy Sanji.
Not bad at all.
That's kind of crazy.
Cool.
All the rare recruits are 1.6 boosters, which is kind of brazy. The Sanji is the highest booster, thankfully enough, with a 2x boost. And Whitebeard vs. Shanks, Marco, and I guess that's TM Koala are 1.4x boosts.
Yeah.
Shipbind tablets available. Yuck. Still useless, by the way. I still haven't found a use for them. But that's really it for TM Sanji and Co. In a little bit extra news for Treasure Map. What is it? The TM Zorojuro, the strength unit, has received his ink. And
beautiful.
My God, his ink is better than most than most for sure.
Yeah, it's really good. They did a really good job with it. It's just like, I mean, I don't know how long it takes them to make them, but I feel like just every treasure map unit from now on should just have it.
Yep,
like,
I agree. The only annoying part is that the ink cost effect for Zoro costs as much as a legend. So it's 50 small and 15 large, which I think is stupid as well. It should have been at like 10 small, 30 small and 10 large, a little less, but like,
But they have updated it now where you can purchase ink bottles.
You can purchase ink bottles now.
Shop.
That's our first treasure map update in like 3 years. Nah, it's more like 2 years or so. But
it's a good change.
It's a good change. It's an addition that like it doesn't affect gameplay. I was personally hoping that with the introduction of a treasure map exclusive legend, maybe would get a TM rework, or at least a crumb of an idea of a TM rework, but unfortunately,
nope,
nothing there.
What needs to be reworked?
Come on. By rework, I mean just completely delete the game mode. But
Whoa.
Knight's favorite game mode. Come on, dog. You can't do that. All right. Anything else on Treasure Map Sanji? Treasure Map in general?
I don't know. I think it's a little bit strange though. Like another limited legend. I'm not really the biggest fan of limited legends.
I'd agree too.
I mean,
like, should you pull for him? Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's a good question. Yeah.
If you didn't pull for the other 9 legends in the last 5 weeks? Yeah, go ahead.
That's a good question. Maybe we'll come back to that just before we get into current state. Like with all the JP legends that have come out, what's like what do you pull on?
Out of all these like banners outside of like the regular batches, Treasure Map is probably the most valuable one to be pulling on, because Treasure Map is probably the most important mode, and there's like more valuable units that you can use typically. Like the Treasure Map units these days are way more valuable now. Plus, if they're gonna add like specific legends on top of it, I just think Treasure Maps are the best ones to be pulling for outside of regular.
Yep, I'd agree. All right, jumping forward then into a little bit of small news. There was a legend, a Twitter poll for the JP version where 4 pretty kind of unique characters were placed in a combating battle to see who would reign supreme as one of the next legends on One Piece Treasure Cruise. Those being Bon Clay, Toadskii, Ivankov, and Caesar. Now, before we get into who won, who did you guys vote for, if you voted at all, and who would you have wanted to win or like overall just expected to win?
Ooh, I wanted Ivankov to win personally.
I think I was in the same boat. Or Toadskii, just because Toshigi's kind of nice with it, you know what I'm saying? Okay.
Yeah. I didn't vote, but I would want Clay or Caesar personally.
Yep. Flame?
I only vote for baddies.
So Ivankov, yes sir.
Nah, I voted for Toadskii.
So Bon Clay did win. We will be receiving a Bon Clay. Yeah, it actually was a little bit surprising. I'm surprised that Toadskii didn't really like pull through and get the dub. So, shout out.
Trash.
Yo, whoa,
Trash.
Hey, relax, buddy. God damn.
No, I'm here to say it. If it was Baby 5, she would have won.
Hey, that's cap.
On gang.
No, that's
on gang.
Bro.
Baby 5, I would pop the bot.
Bro, yeah, bro. Baby 5,
yes,
bro. If it's Baby 5, I'm downloading a Twitter bot to vote against Baby 5.
Hey,
fuck
yo,
you, Knight.
chill out.
But yes, so Bon Clay wins 39.2% of the overall vote. Any kind of expectations or predictions or like wants you guys would like to see with a Bon Clay legend coming up?
Oh, bruh. There's so many things I could do. Like, there's so many different avenues they could go
I
down.
want something to go with his Devil Fruit. That's they did it with Sugar when I want something to do with his Devil Fruit. You know, where he can either like maybe he can copy the color of like the boss, or like the boss's color he turns into like the strong color against the boss, or something like, you know, something kind of unique where he can copy or he can disguise himself or something along those lines. You know, would be really cool. Maybe he can turn into a character on your crew, and then he can use their special for that turn. You know?
Yo, that'd be crazy.
That'd be kind of tight, bro. Hold on.
Well, actually, that would work well with that new Sanji, though.
Correct.
So you get the wall boost.
Correct.
And the attack boost.
And you can bring Roger as a friend captain. You know what I'm saying? Like, fuck about. Like, you know, that'd be kind of tight. But I mean,
that would actually be really good. That would be really.
Banda, sign me up, dog. Sign me up. I'm here. I'm live.
I dig that, because it means like if you run like a hybrid team, it's like, oh, I don't have this specific friend captain. Well.
Now you do.
I can just copy the special.
Yeah, exactly. Now I'm in. Like, you know, we Gucci.
Yeah. That's cool.
Yeah. All right. Well, I'm excited. Like, again, similar to like Sanji's costume thing, it's always nice to see like more of like the lower tier, I guess, quote unquote, lower tier characters get legends and stuff. I mean, Kuma's in the bin at this point, but I mean, like,
he's not coming.
He's never
low tier for real.
Yeah, he is. He's dead.
He's actually perished. He doesn't exist. He's in the realm now. At this
he's
point.
Dead to me. But like very similar to like when Whitebeard versus Shanks came out. Do you think they're going to do like a debut alongside him with with Marco?
Who could they do?
Oh yeah,
probably Ivankov,
Mr. Prince,
Crocodile.
Don't. I was going to say Mr. Prince was kind of tight, and I was like, wait a minute, who's Mr. Prince again? Sanji. Fuck, no, don't do that. I was like, he could come out like next, because they just released the Sanji legend, and we could definitely see a Mr. Prince coming out like next. Or like, sorry, Bon Clay, sorry.
Yeah, because the poll mentioned Mr. 2 Bon Clay, it leads me to believe it's probably Alabaster.
Man,
not like
yo,
Down.
Croc, come back. Croc and Daz Bones, dual legend. Let's go.
That'd be pretty tight.
It'll be exciting.
Finally get that standalone VV.
Ooh, that's a shout.
Maybe.
That's a good shout. That's a good shout. I'm down. That'd be kind of tight.
Yep.
I'll be in that for sure. All right.
get a Luffy versus VV when he punches him in the face.
Dude, I'm in. I'm in. Let's go. The special animation is Luffy beating down on Vivi. Hold on, hey, bro. We gotta check ourselves.
Legend Pal? Yes,
yo!
Hang on.
And then his special is when you pop his special, he suicides and he kills the whole crew. But you win the quest. But in order to actually get the rewards, you have to use a gem to revive. So like,
yes, sir.
Just saying. All right.
Oh, no.
I'm gonna chuck this in here because it wasn't on the app plan, but I think Flame came to a good point. Who do you pull on? Like for global players, I guess.
Oh, no.
This is more towards. I'm gonna skip Bonnie because Bonnie technically came out at the end of April. We have the Super Sugofest exclusive Luffy, Law, and Kid. We have the Kizna exclusive legend of Sabo and Ace. We have the Versus legend of Shanks and Whitebeard, who came alongside a super type Marco. And we also have the new TM exclusive Sanji. Now, out of these, what is this? Out of these 7 legends, who do we prioritize on the global version? What do you guys think?
My God.
It's a very hard decision because generally, like, at least with the last like 2 or so years, I feel like with Treasure Cruise, it's been very apparent what the Papi TM exclusive, trademark exclusive, of the Milestone Legend, the one that you aim to pull on, is generally quite apparent. But I feel like after Ace vs. Kainu comes out for global, it's kind of a grab bag in terms of like who to pull for, right?
Yeah, completely agree.
Because Magellan is a great shout for a legend, especially for PvP. He's a pretty decent legend PvE. Moria is a really, really good super type legend. I mean, Blackbeard's an easier skip. The Fire Tank Pirate's an exclusive Kizna legend. You have Legend Bonnie is fantastic. The 3 Luffy, Law, and Kid are all Super Sugofest legends. So if you don't get them, the chances of you getting them again is gonna be like, you know, potentially a lot harder. Yep. Ace and Sabo dual unit are potentially top 3, if not like one of the best legends in the game. Whitebeard versus Shanks actually has turned out to be a very powerful legend. Marco's pretty niche, potentially skippable, but still very good. And now the new TM exclusive Sanji is an exclusive legend again, but maybe more attainable because it's the treasure maps are a more worthwhile banner to pull on.
I still think it's worth pulling on the Super Sugo units because of everything that surrounds those units. Like, there's so many other rate boosted units you could potentially pull. Like, if you pull Ace versus Akainu and you don't get them, well, you have another opportunity to pull them here, plus one of those Super Sugo units that are just amazing. And all 3 of them are good.
Yep.
So there's no bad choice there, really. It just really comes down to, like, if you're only missing a couple legends, then maybe that's the period of time you'd have to be thinking about, you know, which one do I pull for. But if you're missing a large majority of legends, and especially the top tier ones, then the Super Sugo is definitely where you should be pulling.
Yep.
Yeah. In my opinion, I think people should pull for Akainu versus Ace, but I also don't think it would be a bad idea to skip them and just wait till the Super Sugo, because within that period of time, you're going to get 3 different batches within like 2 weeks. And they're all, well, Whitebeard and Shanks and Marco aren't exclusive, but I mean, Whitebeard and Shanks is also really good too. So if you want to pull for them, there's that opportunity. But yeah.
That's the thing. We don't know how fast we're going to be getting these batches either. So we don't know how many gems.
Yeah, and I mean, if we're going to continue how we're going, we're getting like 2-3 legends a month. Like it's going to creep up super quick.
I think there's also like is an interesting like thing here where, like, you know, what Flame said, like, or what Todd and Flame, sorry, have said, He's like, if you don't get Ace versus Akainu, well, chances are he'll be boosted on a different part. Oh, I don't get Whitebeard versus Shanks. Well, on JP right now, Whitebeard versus Shanks and Marco and Ace Akainu all boosted on Sanji's TM banner. I guess it's very hard because I think Ace and Sabo they're crazy good. They're very powerful units as well. So where do they come into the mix? I would argue, I would handily argue that they're just as strong as everything else on the board there. So it's a very challenging time when again, if we're talking about economics and business wise, this is a fantastic move for Bandai to keep doing. If you keep releasing top tier legend after top tier legend, the hardcore player base is going to keep pulling and pulling and pulling every time, right? So without lull periods of legends, especially for the global version, you could definitely see a larger stream of income come in terms of just having top tier after top tier. Because for a lot of the hardcore players, they'll pull for Luffy, Law, and Kid and potentially pull dupe copies for the last tap. They'll pull for Ace and Sabo because of the Pirate Alliance Kizuna. And they'll probably pull for Whitebeard and Shanks. And then they'll probably pull for TM Sanji. So it's a very it's a very challenging time. Night, before you jumped ship, what did you think that overall Luffy, Law, and Kid were valuable or worthwhile? Did you think Ace and Sabo was more worthwhile? Did you think Whitebeard and Shanks was more worthwhile? What did you think was the strategy? What could be a potential strategy moving forward for global players?
To me, the one that makes the most sense is going for the Super Sugos because, with Ace and Sabo, they are limited, but Kizuna happens every month. So every month you do have the chance to pull them if you do decide to skip a Kizuna banner. So it's not the end of the world. And then Whitebeard and Shanks and Marco, they aren't limited, so you can always pull them on tickets or you can pull them on a regular Sugo. So it's not the worst thing in the world. So probably just I would say then again at the same time, if you want to support your team and you don't want to be I don't know, if you want to support your team on the team keys, you kind of have to pull for Sabos because they're the only booster. But then again, if you have the Super Sugo characters, they're really good for the Super Boss, but you don't really need them per se to have a really high score on the regular boss. So it all depends on there. So it's probably Super Sugo and then Sanji, I would say.
Oh, I think I'd agree. I think it has to be made apparent that if we're talking about common, I'm gonna make up a word. I don't know if it's a real word. Commonality. If we're talking about how often a legend a Sugo is gonna come back. For global, we don't know. You could get a Super Sugofest 6 times in a row, which has happened before. But if you're gonna get a situation where Luffy, Law, and Kid won't come back for a long period of time, then that's where you have to kind of prioritize those legends. Because the 3 of them are obscenely good. And then with the new worst generation Garp challenge, the 3 of them are very well built to deal with that Garp challenge in their own respective colors, right? So they deal with content very well. On the contrary, they're 5X captains. They have a unique last tap ability, which not every legend will get, at least for the time being. So I think you have to prioritize those 3. Amongst the 3 of them, I feel like it's kind of a grab bag of whatever you kind of want. I feel like all 3 of them are fantastic and stand on their own merits. But I don't think there's potentially for me, probably Luffy would probably be arguably the best out of those 2, but that's probably a story for a different day. Then I think I do agree with Knight. I feel like I agree with Knight if and only if Sanji is 1.35 booster or higher every treasure map.
Yeah, I'm gonna guess they're 1.2. That'd be my guess. Every treasure map.
I don't know if that's worth it though. It's like, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
because they already boost legends for 1.2 anyway. So what makes Sanji any better than like other legends that they're boosting, right? Like, and even on that line, especially for global players, you're trying to avoid using 1.2 boosts as much as possible. So a lot of the time, you're already trying to like, you know, for me, for example, in this treasure map, I'm using 1.35 boosters that have like really crappy captain abilities just to eke out a little bit more like points per run, right?
Yeah.
If Sanji's 1.35 every treasure map, well, like immediately you have a fantastic legend in his own right. Plus, you know, he has great coverage of classes and colors. Plus, if he's 1.35 and you don't have that month's legend batch or whatever, running him as your captain against the invasion or the final boss, you know, it's a very solid captain to have, great boost. It's going to be a pretty straightforward time.
Yeah.
And then I guess Whitebeard and Shanks, while they're fantastic, I think is low priority, same as Marco.
Plus, yeah, and like Whitebeard and Shanks are in the generic pool as well, so
you know, and if
it doesn't mean
unless
much.
you're Knight, you know, tickets don't serve anyone any benefit. But you know, like Knight said, you can pull them on tickets. You can get obscenely lucky. I mean, heck, on Global, you could probably pull fucking Ace and Sabo from a ticket from Treasure Map. Who knows what they're gonna? You know,
we'll see.
Yeah, if it's gonna stay broken or not. But I don't know. We'll go for it.
Do you think it's gonna get to the point where every new treasure map in Kizuna Clash is gonna debut a new legend?
No, I don't think so.
I hope it doesn't get to that.
I don't think so. I think for me, I still hold out that every I still don't think that every Kizuna is going to be a Pirate Alliance Kizuna. I feel like that'd be too much. I think that, but I do think that every Pirate Alliance Kizuna that happens, there will be a new legend. I feel like that's going to be the case.
Because I'm trying to remember, the Fire Tank Pirates that wasn't a team one, right?
No, that was just a generic Kizuna.
And that was the previous one to Sabo and Ace.
Correct.
Yeah.
Okay, so I guess we'll see what the next Kizuna.
So whatever the next Kizuna is, whatever the next Kizuna is going to determine if they're going to have a legend or not every Kizuna or so, which is concerning as well, to say the least.
Yeah, because then we'd go from 2 legends a month to 4 or 5.
Yeah, which is too much. Unless they like the only way to justify that is if they multiplied the gem count by like 5x per month.
Yeah, that's it. I wouldn't mind all these legends if they just gave more gems. And I mean, like,
yeah, like if we're getting like 300-400 a month, yeah, or it's whatever.
Yeah,
like that's not even enough though. We already get like anywhere between 250 to 400 a month. If they're gonna release 4 legends a month, we better be getting anywhere between 800 to 900 to like 1600 gems a month minimum.
Sheesh.
Like, I think that's the only fair reason as well. Because if you're going to have a Kizuna legend, you're going to do multis on that. Let's say minimum 5, right? 250 gems. If they're going to have a treasure map legend, that's another 250 gems minimum, right? So they're at 500. If they're going to have a 2 or 3 legend batch with 3 parts, each part you can do like maybe a couple, you know? You're at least 700-800 gems a month spending wise. And that's minimum amounts of multis without skipping. So I feel like you have to at least have the minimum amount of gems be like 600 to 800 a month. Minimum. To justify releasing 4 legends, 5 legends a month. Like,
yeah, I don't know.
What, through any month, through May alone, they released 6 legends.
Yeah, that was... They went way too crazy, dude.
You know what I mean? 6 legends is a lot, right? And it's not like it's 6 legends, like, you know, like, obviously, like, for the previous anniversary, you had, you know, Snake Man, Sabo, Katakuri, and I mean, actually, last anime they did release 6 legends.
Yeah, but it's
in
about
May,
everything else that was surrounding it too, because then they didn't have, you know, Bonnie Fire Tank Pirates, and then after it, Sanji straight away.
Yep.
So it's like an additional 3 on either side.
They had V3 Aokiji, and they had Mihawk and Perona at the end of March. It's like, no, the comparison's obscene, right? Yeah, whoa. Where are you spending your gemmies? And like, I don't know. If they're going to release this many legends, great, like whatever. But you have to up the minimum gem count per month by like double. Minimum double.
And the thing with this argument that I don't really even think that we touched on is now we're getting to the point where not only do you have to, pull all these legends, but you also have to start to pull multiple copies of these characters.
Yeah.
So it's like you're not just going in for one character. Like even with the Sanji, like we mentioned earlier, you have to, like, if you actually want to rainbow him, you have to pull multiple copies of him because you can't get the tablet.
Exactly right.
So are we going to start flipping between those types of characters now where they release new tablets but don't give you access to getting the tablets outside of the dupes, and then on top of that the Super Sugo units, like that's gonna start to get crazy because like you don't really need to pull for them, but like it'll kind of like irk you, like I kind of want to rainbow this character, so maybe I should do like a multi,
or like X person's video had, last tap level 3 can clear
like
it or whatever.
Todd has like, last tap level 4 showcase. Let me see if I can get this now.
You're exactly
like,
right.
That's gonna,
what I mean?
It's gonna irk people to pull.
I think like
TLDR, I pulled.
TLDR, I pulled.
I think like also if they made the multi, like instead of being 50 gems down to 30, I guess maybe a different story, because then that 250 to 400 a month turns from being 5 to 8 multis to like 7 to 10 per month, just free gems. Like,
right, here's what you do. You don't change anything that you get. Just make every single multi in the game 30 gems.
I think so. I think
that would be nice.
That's it. Like a 30 gem multi saves so much like output, right? Like, a guaranteed legend at 30 multis, if you have to go the full stretch, is now 900 gems opposed to 1500, right? That's so much saved,
I personally still to this day, other than the gem refund thing, which was kind of cool, I guess, I still really like the sugar banner. The sugar banner was guaranteed on 20th multi, and there's like 5 1-gem multis. So like she was guaranteed like around like 600,
like 600-700 gems. I think so. It was like I think it was like 584 if I remember correctly. Like it was a really low number for a fantastic legend.
Yeah, they're trying to get people to spend before Boa came out.
That's true though. It was. It was.
Yeah, and
like
when Boa came out, she wasn't guaranteed.
Yep,
of course.
And then people spent all for Boa, and then they released Roger Odin.
Global fucking down bad, bro. Global's down horrendous, man. I totally agree though. I think 30 gem multis is the way. If not 30 gem multis, you have to up the minimum gems per month. That's the only compromise you can really make. If you're going to be releasing this many legends and have the legends require exclusivities, such as last tap, such as limit break abilities that don't have farmable or attainable tablets. So there's a lot. Like, I don't see why they don't add Sanji's limit break ability tablet at minimum to the TM shop. Like you're gonna get 2 of those a month, but at least you can get them. You know what I mean? So I don't see why they don't do that. Same thing. Why don't they add the last tap to the limit break shop and make it like cost like a crazy number of blue tickets, like 30, 40,000 blue tickets. Obviously, for people that played a long time, like you can get enough to max your characters. But if you have all 3 characters, now you need 12 tablets, which now would be like 500,000, 400,000 blue tickets, which is a couple of treasure maps at minimum.
Or like in the race shop, make it like cost like 300k or something.
Yeah, it costs like a crazy amount, like even like 100k or like 200k. You know what I mean? That's like 40 legends. To sacrifice 40 legends to get 1 tablet, like not many people are going to be able to do that.
Yeah, imagine not being able to do that.
It couldn't be us. Or utilize the fucking Sugofest medals, you piece of trash.
Oh my god, yeah. Like 1,000 medals per a tablet.
Like, what the fuck is the point of the Sugo medals? If you're going to release dick-ass legends and you're not going to put in items, where are my limit break packs? Where are they?
Yeah, like put stuff in there like scrolls and stuff.
That's what I'm saying, dog.
Yeah.
What's the point? You have so many systems now. You have so many systems, you don't utilize any of them. All right.
Don't worry, in like a year when these characters are in the shop and nobody uses them anymore, then we can.
Bro, it's time. Let's go, baby. Finally. Let's go. All right. I think that's a good segue into the main topic of today. A pretty generic topic. We've done this multiple times on various episodes, but I'm going to say the cursed words. We're going to be talking about the current state of the global and the JP version.
Dun, dun, dun.
A lot of information. I think it's going to be more privy to global, but obviously there is a few things related to JP. You know, there's a lot of interesting factors and stuff like that. But I want to just hop straight into the Yoshi Letter. Now, this is interesting. We didn't get a Yoshi Letter for anniversary. We did get a letter, though, in correlation to the recent push in terms of doubling up content. We'll probably go through it bit by bit, I guess, and then we'll just break it down as it goes. Plus, we did receive a schedule for missing content, which we will get into as well. First of all, I'd like to thank you, blah, 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 blah. I don't care. We understand that there are concerns about the content differences between our global version and the Japanese version. We're currently working hard to bring the timing of events and campaigns closer together. Now, I want to ask a question. Who the fuck has concerns between the global version and JP version? Between differences in content?
Doesn't everyone?
I mean, like, it depends on what you're arguing in terms of what differences is, right? Like, for me, differences is not getting some content that JP had. Unless that's what they're aiming at towards, then I guess...
Yeah, I think that's what they meant. I don't think they mean, like...
Just
like
in general?
stuff.
Because, like, I was going to say, like, if they meant in general, they're kind of dookie. But this is still, like, kind of obscene. Anyway, we are working hard... Sorry, what was it, Knight?
I mean, you could also make the same argument. There's, like, a lot of, like that Sai Makino support. Like,
true. You made it the other way around, yeah.
Yeah, I could complain about
Luffy.
that.
Yeah, KFL, yeah, what's up?
I don't care about KFL.
What's up? Support Sengoku, what's up?
Godot's gonna come swinging.
So the main part of this paragraph here is we are currently working hard on bringing the timing of events and campaigns closer together. So, not a merger, as far as we know. We're not merging, but we are going to be at some point on pretty similar timelines between JP and Global.
Yeah, that's what it... Well, it says bring events closer together. Now, that doesn't outright mean they're going to get us on the same timeline.
Yeah, not simultaneous, potentially.
That literally could just mean, like, oh, yeah, we're just, like...
catching up on past events.
Like, we're just going to give you, like, 2 months worth of content in one. Now we're going to go back to normal. Like, it could literally just be that, which I hope it isn't, because I would prefer to catch up, but...
What do you think is a reasonable amount of time? Do you think, like, day by day, like the exact same time period? Do you think a week difference, a month difference? Like, what do you guys think is the holy land in terms of the time difference between Global and JP?
Well, for me personally, I play a game called Illusion Connect.
Yep.
And I think they're like maybe 3 weeks behind one of the head versions. So like when the news comes out, like we have like a few weeks to kind of like take it in, and then it comes out in like 2 to 3 weeks after. So I like that personally.
I would like to see it like literally release stuff at the same time, so we can have like big celebrations with Japan. Like that'd be really cool. Dang it, I lost my train of thought. There was something else I was going to do.
I'd agree though. Like, I think like both of those are great. I think like a month at max would be fantastic. Like 3 weeks of time where, like, you know, like Flame said, you can, you know, okay, JP got Whitebeard versus Shanks. Okay, that means in about 3 weeks time, you know, Global will be getting the same thing. Do I want to pull? Is it worth it? Blah, blah, blah. You can make your decisions there. At the same time, though, it has its pros as well, where like, oh, Luffy, Law, and Kid are just bang released on both versions at the same time. Like, holy shit, you know what I mean? Like, it's in the, you know, the celebrations. I mean, look at One Piece Day last year. Like that was crazy. You had One Law released on both versions at the same time, and then, you know, same thing as Roger and Odin. Like, it was just massive celebrations that we both got to have. But I guess then the only difference was the content that released was, you know, different at that too.
That's what they need to fix. Is if they're going to do simultaneous celebrations, each version needs to get the same content. Yeah.
Totally agree.
Yeah, I was going to say...
That's why Global's in the issue that they are now.
Yeah, I was going to say, I wonder if they're... I mean, they've already done it in the past, but like that's kind of what Dokkan's doing right now. Like over like the last year and a half, they've been doing a lot more simultaneous releases with the JP version and global version. So I wonder if that's what they meant, like, and we're just gonna kind of just keep getting characters together like more often, which I mean I think that would be okay, but like Todd said, like if you're gonna give us the characters, don't just rip the content out.
Yeah, totally agree. Because like it doesn't make any sense. If Roger and Odin release, and the way that Treasure Cruise releases content, the newest legends are always going to be like the most simple way to defeat the content. So like, you know, when you release like Clash Luffy title, like if I have Roger, nothing's going to change. I can still beat his ass. Like I can finish the content with ease. So I don't know.
Yeah, and then we had like the problem with like the Yukimaru event, like where there was like a ton of units that we were supposed to already have to this point that were boosted, but then like on global we didn't have them, and I don't think were there substitute boosters. I don't remember.
Is that why they actually like they kind of panicked when they're like making the Zoro and Kaido event? They're like, wait, this version of the game doesn't have all these characters. Maybe we should do something about that.
Yeah, probably right. This means we have had to and will have to reschedule some of our content and events. However, rest assured that all the characters that have been released in Japan after February 2020 will be available on global. That was hilarious.
I love that they specified that exact date.
reading that is the most hilarious thing to me because that's just so bad.
Yeah,
like that's over a year away at this point now. That is so bad to be like, oh shit, like you're missing this, like, oh too bad she's not that useful anymore. I mean, you know, I guess you can all guess who that's in reference to, but anyway. Additionally, we have prepared a tentative schedule that we plan to implement to make up for the events and campaigns that have been skipped so far. We would like to ask you for your patience while we work on this. We take feedback from our players seriously. That's incorrect. And want to assure you we are working hard to make One Piece Treasure Cruise a fun experience for all players worldwide. We will have more information to share at the end of July in a special producer video. Now, we'll get into the schedule first, then we'll hop into video predictions. The schedule. Instead of the special Rare Recruit return event, we will be running an event with amazing gifts that is slated for late August. I don't know what that is.
Neither do I.
Knight, do you have any idea what that is?
Amazing gifts.
Like this, what the hell is a special Rare Recruit rerun event?
That's the gem thing?
Is that what they called it?
For gems.
Is that what they called it? Yikes!
I don't know the exact term, but
yikes!
They
what?
Probably did Recollection Island, but for that.
So I don't like. So that concerns me because if that is the gems to ticket spent event and they're changing it, like I'm scared. Because that's
definitely because of Gem Valley.
Yeah, 100%. It's because of Gem Valley. They don't want to send us 30 mails 300 mails again, bro. So like, that's kind of annoying.
It's stupid because I think they should just give it out anyway, despite Gem Valley. Because like, you know, who cares if some person gets like 2 extra red tickets? Like who gives a shit? Just give it to them. You know. That's kind of insane. World Journey. Oh shit! Whoa! Wait! It ruins the balance in the economy of the game.
Bro, never bring up that shit ever again, bro. That still goes down as the worst goddamn tweet on that fucking account. Oh my days!
Even people don't even play Treasure Cruise. Like I didn't even play this game, and I'm still upset.
I swear, like what was like Goresh something like that. Yeah. He popped in and was like, "What the fuck are you talking about? It's a gold ticket. Get out of here!" Like talking to me. World Journey collab is set to run through August. Now, listen. Yeah. World Journey collab, great. Awesome. Yep. On the contrary, there's gonna be like 10 Sugofests.
Let's go. It depends how they do it. If they give us all of the ones we're missing in one banner, that would be amazing.
That's what I'm saying. If it was banging like that, where it was like 8 World Journey units in one banner plus the old ones in like one banner, fantastic. But if it's like every World Journey like batch has their own banner, I'm gonna just skip all that shit and like move on with my day.
Another thing that's like outside of that is like what other banners are gonna be out at the same time.
Correct.
I was about to say that. Like, that's a big problem. And then the other big problem is that if you don't pull on that World Journey banner, they're not coming back.
Exactly, they're not gonna come back for another 2 years.
Like, yeah, at least another year they won't be back, most likely.
Yeah, like for like the Ichiban Kuji banner, like
that's a skip.
September, like that's like the Luffy Kid and Law are gonna be out.
So you skip that shit. Like as cool as having a super tight Luffy is, and like
I want the Nami though.
The Nami is good.
Like you gotta get the Nami.
But at the same time, it's like you can skip. I guess
the Nami was guaranteed after 2 multis.
Yeah, if that's the case, you dump 2, you call it a day.
Yeah, that's it. And you call it a day.
Yeah,
you're gonna swap it again on global.
No,
you make the
just
Luffy
for flame.
Just for flame, and make the Luffy into the Nami at 4 or some shit.
Yeah, just like they did Pudding Man. I still can't believe they did that.
That's crazy. And then you know, like Flame said, Ichiban Kuji slated for September, and then the best part, characters in the Sweetie Party will be slated to be available throughout October. I swear to God, on everything, on Night, on Todd, on Flame, if they fucking do a blitz battle for me to acquire custard, I'm done. I'm so done.
You know it is.
Why would you run no one wants to do a fucking blitz battle of a dick ass event that is like 2 years old at this point.
Hey, maybe they might revamp it to make it actually good.
Don't revamp shit. Don't make it a point farming event. Don't make it a blitz. Just give me like 6 red tickets. I don't know. But I don't know. Like, it's weird how they're making still like custard the latest thing to arrive as well.
Right, yeah.
Yeah, you would think that would be the first
The first thing, right? Especially because they referenced it in February 2020. They're like, ooh, that's custard.
I mean,
just kidding.
Honest, out of all the ones out of those 3, I think World Journey's the one I'd want the most.
I'd agree too.
I'm happy that's coming
I'm very concerned though for this special rare recruit return event thing and how they're gonna run that. I thought that was like, I swear there was a Sugofest in the JP version that had all the limited rare recruits and all that kind of stuff available, including like TM boosters and stuff like that.
A lot of people still ask me, where do you get that quick bonsai Akainu from?
That might rerun it there. Hold on.
Bro, like that unit is nuts.
So, you know, we might be able to fuck about and get those. But, I mean, yeah, I agree. I think World Journey is probably the most important part there.
I still think it's a bit weird the way that they're structured, though, because I feel like the event with amazing gifts, that probably should just be for French anniversary, but it looks like it's not.
Late August, yeah.
They're doing, maybe that's for something else. I don't know. I'm not too sure. We don't know.
Wait, isn't One Piece Day coming soon as well? Was that actually July?
Yeah, but that's
July.
French. That's the week of French.
Yeah, that's the week of French. Yeah, I thought so. Okay,
July 22nd.
Why August? Why not put that shit at French anniversary?
Oh, well, I mean, it makes sense because you know we're gonna be speeding up. So by the time that August comes, we'll get that Luffy Kid and Law in August.
Yeah, it's true. Hold on.
Yeah, 7th Annie. I also wanted to say, like, not that the units are bad, but like I kind of don't like that how far away it's gonna be for us getting some of these units, because like they've kind of like lost kind of like that touch.
Yeah,
like
the World
that
Journey
Rebecca,
units. Yeah,
like the World Journey Rebecca, she's still really good, but like one of the reasons she was so good is because she was like one of the only units at that time that had the hunger limit break socket.
Yeah, exactly right.
Now
it's kind of like whatever, right? Like they just like, I feel like the World Journey units that are coming out are more like collectible sake, opposed to, I feel like you're gonna have to force them into a team for content wise. I mean, they're still great, but
I hope we get all the like. I didn't even think about this, like, because we're missing like 3 World Journey batches.
We're missing Rebecca and Vivi. We're missing We're missing Rebecca and Vivi. We're missing Ace and Marco, and the detective,
the Sabo and Koala,
and then the Sabo and Koala.
Probably get their events alongside them.
Bro, that's gonna be so much content. There's gonna be so much shit to
God.
do again. You have 3 separate. You have 3 separate events, like things to farm, plus everything else on top of that.
They got to structure it correct, because I don't know, that's a lot of content.
And that's hard as well. If you don't have the World Journey units, it's kind of hard to build teams for it some of the time. So it's not like it's easy content, mind you.
I could definitely also see them having 3 separate banners.
Oh, 100%. They're gonna have 3 separate banners. There's no way. I'm telling you right now. There's no way.
Well, it's just throughout August, so they could legit do like week after week after week.
Don't do that.
I do like the World Journey banners though. Like I remember on JP, like every multi basically had a World Journey unit guaranteed.
Yeah. That's why they should do it, all of them on the same banner. So like, you know, some people would dump like 10 multis or something like that just to grab everything. Really.
It's gonna be 2 parts. You can put 1 character on each.
Oh no!
They're gonna make the process as grueling as possible. You want these units? You can have these units.
I was just thinking about it. Like, that would kind of suck if there was 3 banners, because like on JP, right? Like when a new one would come out, you could pull the previous ones on the other ones.
That's what I'm saying.
But yeah, like you just wouldn't be able to pull that.
You
Oh
wouldn't.
man.
There would be 3 separate banners, and then the only ones to be available would be the older. Like I think it's the what is it?
Just like
the Croc Mihawk Boa, right?
And Croc and down. Oh man.
All right, last part of the letter. We are getting a special producer video at the end of July, i.e. French anniversary time.
I think
Here we go.
it's gonna be for One Piece Day.
Nice, and
it'll be simultaneous release Kuma.
I'll gift you 10 subs if it is simultaneous release Kuma.
I do think Kuma's coming out this year.
I think it would be really cool if it was a simultaneous release, and on JP they released a summer legend, so we could actually get a summer legend in summer.
In summer on global. Hey, bro, when we get summer legends, it's summer in Australia.
Yeah.
So what's up?
Pull
up on your boys.
Favor.
Pull up on your boys. What's poppin'?
No, I think that would be cool though.
I don't know. I'm kind of upset that we're getting the producer video now and we didn't get one for our anniversary. I feel like I'm still gonna harp on it. Like 6 Annie was dick. Like I don't know, man. 6 Annie was very bad. I mean,
we know this already. We already know French Annie is always better than the.
Oh, exactly right though. But it still upsets me that like in terms like this might be far fetched, but in terms of a respect kind of way, that Yoshi didn't show face during the 6th anniversary of Global. Yeah. At the minimum, I feel like that's kind of disrespectful. Obviously, like we said, French Annie is generally the better celebration, but that shouldn't be the case. You know what I mean? Global encompasses everyone. French Annie, whilst it encompasses everyone, it's a celebration for the French version. Plus, you just fucked off the Korean anniversary too. Where's the respect for the Korean players at that as well? Like, there's
feels bad.
Very weird, but
drop the hashtag respect for Korea.
starting now. God. Respect for Korea. Letter interesting. I guess the biggest point from this, or maybe not the biggest point, but another important factor here, the double up of content. So, with what's been said and what we've witnessed now for the last month or so on Global, we are getting a lot of double up of content. That is. So we've had we had 2 arenas, Brook and X-Strike released at the same time. We have a double of Pirate Rumble Hawkins and Pirate Rumble Lucy, and we have a double up of of Treasure Map Kuromasaki and Treasure Map I don't remember. It's Queen. Jeez, we're in the fucking Treasure Map right now. I can remember it. And then we're also going to be getting a double up later on. I totally don't remember who it is, but Kizuna, that's it. 2 Kizunas is 1 as well. So,
jeez,
and that's
a lot. That's a
lot. That's a lot of double.
I love this. I actually think this is fantastic because it means that pulling on these banners now are like so much more valuable because you're pulling for 2 batches at the same time.
Yep,
I love it.
So yeah, with the Kizuna especially, we're going to get a double up of. Actually, before we get into the Kizuna one, what were you guys' thoughts on the Treasure Map banner and having? Like the way, I mean, obviously we talked about it prior, but like now, like I don't know if Flame you pulled or not, but what did you guys think of having both? I don't
pull on Treasure Map.
What did you guys think of having the double up there? I didn't. Right. I told your pools were kind of flamey.
Yeah, but, I got really lucky.
I got 2 Otamas and 5 multis, so like I don't know
that's it.
Yeah, that's it. In terms of boosts as well. I mean, I was fortunate. I did get V2 Shirashiri. So that's new for me, and they're fantastic. So, like, that's a positive. But, like, I only got 2 Otamas and 5 multis. So, like, for me, it wasn't a very positive thing. So, like, hopefully with this the Kizuna banner, they're going to be releasing the Perisparrow and the Carrot at the same time.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah.
Which is first multis guaranteed Kizuna exclusive character, which is pretty good. And then, you know, pretty generic structure from there on out. But
this one is great.
Yeah.
I also wanted to mention, because I don't think you said it, but there was also a double up on PvP with the Lucy and Hawkins.
Which is kind of cool, but at the same time it's like I mean, for PvP, I feel like it's whatever. Because usually, like, the free-to-play PvP units aren't that good.
Yeah, they're just okay.
Yeah, like, I think what the exceptions, like Barto, I think that's the one. He's quite decent. Otherwise, it's very middling there.
I thought that Ace was okay when he came out.
Yeah, that's true.
He was good for the super type Snake Man. He was really good for. And like this Lucy unit, he's okay. He's good in this treasure map for sure. Really good.
Yep. I think my biggest concern for Kizuna, especially coming up, is that we're going to be getting Sanji skulls and Mihawk skulls at the same time.
Yep.
Now, it's already hard enough to get the Limit Break Crystal and the skull, but now you have to get 2 skulls and potentially 2 Limit Break Crystals.
Well,
like,
I mean,
that's a lot, man.
It's not like V2 Sanji and V2 Mihawk change much after 6 plussing.
That's correct. But at the same time, it's one of those completionist type things where it's you don't want to miss out on a 6 plus and then have to wait like 4 months for their skulls to be available in the Kizuna shop.
Because of the merge of 2 different Kizunas, I wonder if the boxes are going to be merged in terms of rewards. Probably not, because the treasure map wasn't. So,
bro, but if you make a 2,000 like box 7's 2,000 items, like you can eat my butt. Don't do that.
2,000 items with 20 of each tablet.
Yeah, do that. I'm in. Let's go. I'll drop 60 potions on God.
Yeah, that'll work.
You know what I mean? But like, they're not gonna do that. I guess that's my biggest concern, but at the same time, it's not really much of a concern, I suppose, because like Todd said, they're very equivalent to their 6-star versions, so you're not really missing out on much. But at the same time, like for players that might not have potions, or for players, like me, for example, I probably won't pull on the Kizuna banner. Maybe like the first multi, but like if you don't have,
if you don't have like any of the units on the banner artwork for this Kizuna, I would probably suggest doing a couple multis.
Kaido seems boosted.
If you're the type of player to spend money, of course.
Yeah, I just think like without ticket boosters, it's gonna be rough to be able to acquire everything.
Yeah, it depends what the box size is.
Like, hopefully, like, it's a lot easier to acquire this stuff, because it kind of needs to be at this point. Like, especially if you double up a lot of content. Like, I feel like the double up of Arena was kind of okay, because there was stuff to farm. You know what I mean? Like, it wasn't necessarily like it wasn't like a rush to complete it. It was like, there's 2 different things to farm. Like, there was time to complete both of them, and then, like, there's at least content available.
Just begs the question as well, like, are they going to continue to do this, like, next month as well?
Exactly.
Because, I mean, if they do, dude, next month 6 pluses, we got, like, Onami and Cracker. Like, that's... Oh, I can't wait.
Yeah.
I hope they do it.
I wouldn't mind if this keeps up. I wouldn't mind it at all, because there's content, and if this keeps up, like, I would guess that by come, like, September, October, November kind of time period, would be caught up to JP, potentially. Like, in terms of, like, day-to-day kind of thing.
We'd probably be caught up at, like, October,
Yeah. What are you going to say, Flame?
Yeah. I was going to say, I like it, and at the same time, I don't.
Yeah.
The only reason I think I didn't like it this month is because the missions that we got. And what I mean by that is, I like it because usually when I get on Treasure Cruise, there's not really much to do.
Yeah.
So I would just play my PvP games and get off.
Mm-hmm.
But now that there's stuff to do, I usually play all my phone games in the morning.
Yeah.
So before Treasure Map, I did the Gyukimaro event, I did the Luffy Taro, and I was still doing X Drake. The thing that I didn't like is that for this Treasure Map, I'm not really popping gems to finish these characters.
Mm-hmm.
So since we've gotten so much stuff at the same time, I wasn't able to finish my 2 arenas. So I'm playing this Treasure Map with 2 characters that don't have their skill ups, which is kind of annoying.
Yeah.
But I think the reason why that's taken me so long is because the Gyukimaro point event.
Yeah,
which
that's my concern. That's my concern.
That took me a little bit longer to do because I had a freaking farm Kamazo, which he should just be guaranteed at the end.
I think my issue here is, like, I agree. I think, like, double up content's great, content to farm, fantastic, but if they're going to be releasing 2 point events at the same time, that's a lot. Like, to get all the points and to get like the invasion, which isn't even guaranteed.
Yeah.
Like, that's a lot of content, especially for those that want to get the 15,000 points. Obviously, like, you don't need to go for the 15k, which is fine. But at the same time, it's like you're missing out on like a red tick. You're missing out on potential limit break materials, like candy,
right?
like a lot of like free resources.
Yeah, and the thing with the point event is like if you don't have the boosters,
oh, you're fucked.
Going to fight Kamazo is where you're getting most of your points anyway.
Yeah,
and you need his limit break thingies from that too. So
yeah, exactly.
It's like you're gonna be farming it regardless.
I think for me, like my whole strategy with point events is like at least for the like what it was until I guess we'll see in the future. It was like farm the limit break materials for Kamazo, and then once Kamazo's done in terms of limit break, just put all the point boosters on a team or as many as I have, and then just auto the lower difficulty, and just let it just naturally do that over time because it finishes within time, and if not, do like a run or two of the main event and try to get another invasion, which is where the points are at. Which I feel like they need to rebalance the points so the invasion isn't literally like the only way to actually climb in terms of how many points you acquire.
Totally agree. And that's something I didn't even think about as well. Like, with this month, the double up of content, like, probably didn't seem that bad because we already had the batch release, 6 months ago.
Yeah.
Whereas if they're, as you said, if they're releasing 2 batches throughout a month and they have 2 batches of point farming events, that could be brutal. Yeah, completely agree.
Like,
I just hope going forward, like if we are going to keep doing this, I really don't want to see any more dead weeks. Like instead of dropping all in one day, like they can release it periodically.
Yeah, I like if we get like lull periods on global from now until we catch up to JP or like to the point where they want it to be, I guess like we can set a target really, like because their thing is slated to be throughout October is the last thing that they schedule, right? So we can assume that this like at least at minimum, this double up of content would. Sorry, at maximum per se, we could say, is that this double up content will go until October, right? If we get any kind of dead week from now until October, it'd be pretty upsetting, in my opinion, at least.
Well, that's the funny thing is because it's because of all these dead weeks as to why this content is all coming out in this stupid time period now. Like, it's just dumb.
There's no excuse. Like, that's what upset me about the letter. It upset me so much about the letter because I was like, you should admit, like, they're like, oh, thanks for, like, we understand concerns. Like, no. Admit fault. I want you to say we fucked up. Like, genuinely. As a player and as someone who's been around, like, this community for, like, almost 6 years now, like, admit fault. Say, yeah, we fucked up. Our scheduling was shit. And we're going to try to improve that going forward. Don't be like, oh, we'll do our best to listen to feedback. That's bullshit, man. And as soon as you admit fault, I'll be like, all right, cool. They understand that they're at fault. They've made the mistakes, like Todd said, with... they had so many dead periods. You could have easily chucked in World... I mean, how many podcasts have we talked about, a dead period on Global? Oh, they could have put World Journey. They could have put the Sweetie Party Blitz. Yep. They could have put Ichiban Kuji collab. Like, there's no excuse in my opinion. There's genuinely no excuse.
There's been so many opportunities to have the Sweet Party, like, event. But they
make it a Blitz at that point as well. Like, you could have made it a Blitz during the periods where it was, like, a week and a half of no content. At least there's like a 3 or 4 day Blitz battle now where like there's something to do for people that want to play.
Yep.
Yeah, the worst part about it, in my opinion, is that like literally right before the huge content drop, there was like 3 weeks right before this.
Nothing. Nothing. Like you can't.
Like they could have dropped that Coliseum.
They could have dropped the Coliseum. They could have split the arenas. So I agree, Flame. I think if they're going to keep the double up of this kind of content, I like the way they're doing it for Treasure Map, Pie Rumble, and Kizuna, where it's like it's one of the events, but you get both of the characters. That's great. Because there's no, like, imagine if they ran 2 Pie Rumbles simultaneously, or 2 Treasure Maps simultaneously, or whatever, right? But like, at the same time, it's like, if they're going to really, like, I would love to see a point farming event that was like, you get both characters' items, but it's only one event. If they did it like that, potentially different situation, potentially a little better. But if you're going to have both point farming events at the exact same time, I don't fuck with that. That's going to be very rough.
I think the big reason I didn't like it is just because of the point farming event. I think I would have got a lot more stuff done if that were up.
Yep. It's just like, there's no excuse in terms of releasing content in such big batches and then...
Yep.
And then not releasing content at all. Like, I don't know. It just doesn't make any sense. I guess from that then, I had a question here. Do you think the merger, the JP global merger is a potential? Do you think it's in the cards? Do you think it's not going to happen? Do you think the likelihood is still there? Like, what do you think is Where do you think we're sitting right now at the moment?
I don't think they'll merge the game. I just don't think that'll happen. I could see them catching the games up together.
Yep.
But I don't see them actually merging our player base with the Japan player base. I think they'll keep them as separate entities.
Yep.
But releasing simultaneous content though. That's the way I see it.
I wouldn't mind. I think simultaneous content's the best way to do it. I think simultaneous content, or at least a couple weeks like buffer period for global players. Otherwise, like,
yeah,
no merge. You don't need a merge.
Yeah, similar to the Kizuna legend. Like, we'll find out like soon. Like, I think we'll have a much better idea of what's gonna happen like by French anniversary.
Yeah, French anniversary would be the big, like, the legend that comes out for French anniversary will kind of determine everything, I feel like.
Well, that's the thing. Like, we don't even know what's coming out at the end of this month. Like, are they going to go with legit what's next, which should be Ace versus Akainu, or are they going to switch it up and do Blackbeard, Moria?
I'm calling it, dude. I think they're coming out.
Ace Akainu or Blackbeard Moria?
Yeah, like I know obviously it would be better for French anniversary, but I have a feeling they're about to come out.
Bro, if that's the case, I'm gonna be so mad.
All right, here's something then.
Go.
All right, Ace versus Akainu, end of June.
Yep.
French anniversary, Luffy Law Kid.
I think it's possible.
And then do the month after for Blackbeard Moria.
But then at the same time, though, you fuck up everything again. Like,
but Blackbeard Moria suck balls, bro.
Bro,
Moria,
bro, if we get French anniversary Blackbeard and Moria, I'm skipping. That's the easiest skip of my whole entire life.
I hate it. It's such an awkward timed event, like where it is.
It's just because like I don't want that to happen, because not only do you skip, like, because there's so many other legends that have like that come out as well, right? Yeah. There's so many other legends that come out as well in that time period where, like, you can't necessarily skip, you know, Blackbeard and Moria, because you're not just skipping them. There's other legends there too that, like, you have to push out of the way. Magellan, for example, you know.
I could see Magellan coming out mid-July.
You know, all right, here we go. You have, if you're gonna really push, Ace Akainu's next, right? All right, we're gonna Enel. Fuck it, maybe the savior is Enel. He's the only legend in June. Please.
Wait, when is Enel coming out? I forgot.
Enel should come out around
mid-June would be my guess. The next week would be Enel. Would be my guess.
When the Kizuna ends, he should be coming out.
That'd be my guess. Yeah. So if we say Ace versus Akainu, from Ace versus Akainu to the three Annie legends, you have Magellan, Blackbeard, Moria, Fighting Pirates, and Bonnie. Wait, that's 5 strands of content, or 4. No, yeah, 5 strands of content. Fuck it. That if you're gonna push Luffy, Law, and Kid before them, like, you like that schedule, bro, is over. It's actually over.
That's you have to take into account the World Journey stuff, Ichiban Kuji.
Oh my god.
There's no way.
Well, just speed us up so we can, get Blackbeard Moria. Yeah, that's cool, and move on very quickly.
Yep, I'd agree.
That would be nice.
If Blackbeard Moria is the French anniversary, they're gonna make it like crazy, like guaranteeing the 10th multi.
I mean, at that point, I'm going for Moria for sure. Then.
Yeah, I'd do that. If it was Moria was 10 multis, like
that's how they get you.
And then they're gonna do that for every legend, so you have to spend 500 gens.
Even if they did like what they did with Halloween Shanks, like 15 or something like that.
Yeah,
even that'd be
really
like
cool.
Moria on the 15th, Blackbeard on the 5th.
Dude,
disrespect. Bruh.
On the 5th, I'm gonna just skip 5th multi. I got a 6 multi straight away.
Multi.
Oh. So then, yeah, I guess then, what do you think French anniversary would be? Do you guys really think it's gonna be Luffy Long? Shout out Christy. Christy did ask this question, so we'll probably answer it now. Like, what do you guys think French anniversary will be then? Do you think Luffy Long and Kid is a shout, or do you think they're gonna push Ace Akainu? Do you think it's gonna be Blackbeard and Moria? Like, what's going on?
What if Akainu versus Ace came out and like in June, and then like maybe instead of celebrating One Piece Day on One Piece Day, they just gave us the unit out for French Annie?
Yeah, just make French Annie the week earlier.
Yeah, something like that.
A simultaneous release French anniversary.
That'd be heat.
Yeah, that'd be kind of crazy.
That'd be heat.
Unless like Global's banner is just better or something.
It would have to be though, right?
Well, it'll be a Super Sugo. It'll be because remember when Roger and Odin came out simultaneously, the banners were the same on both sides. Pretty sure.
True.
Yep.
Yeah.
So I'm guessing it's going to be a simultaneous release Super Sugo, maybe, if they did do it.
Yep.
I wonder though, because we still don't know if like the following Super Sugos are gonna have last tap. Because I mean, they definitely wouldn't have it on global if it's a Super Sugo, like the new unit.
I haven't looked at the questions, but I don't know if this is one or not. But when do you guys think 10.3/11.0 is coming
Yeah, that
out?
wasn't a question. So that's a very good topic to go into.
I would hope for French anniversary.
I would hope for, honestly, like, fuck it. Like, after Kizuna, or before Kizuna, or like next week, or like
we
a
were
couple days
supposed
from
to
now.
have it, right?
Yeah, we should have had it by now.
10.3 should have definitely been out by now.
So I think, like, Todd, you've made a lot of pushes in saying, like, potentially we skip 10.3, go straight to 11.0. If that's the case, I would want that. If we weren't going to get 10.3 update, I would want that to be French anniversary. Put Pirate Alliance in at French Annie.
That would have been
I would want that.
my guess as well. Like
I'd want
fast track
that.
11.0 for French Annie.
And then have Pirate Alliances set up, have it all ready to go. You know what I mean? Like, and then when Luffy Law Kid release, then push. Fuck it, they could even push Ace and Sabo early at that point. Then.
Oh my god.
You know what I mean? Like, they could do that if they're going to release Pirate Alliance. Like,
well, I guess they could, because the content they come out for is just for Kizuna. So
yeah, exactly right.
Fast tracking a Kizuna is not bad.
Yeah, like, you know what I mean. So like, it wouldn't. I mean, I think Knight obviously did mention that Luffy Law and Kid is still really good for the super boss, but I mean, having Ace and Sabo is still gonna like wreak havoc against the bosses as well. So like, they could do that. I don't know. It's hard, Mo. It's like, I feel like I'm so glad I'm not in the actual professional position to be organizing this shit.
I'm glad I'm not the decision maker.
Because like, we can work as players, we can fuck about and like say whatever, right? Like, this is shit. This is good. This is bad. But like, being in their position, it's like, dog. Like, what the fuck do you do on global? Like, how do you schedule this shit?
Yeah, it's rough, dude.
Unless they were genuinely gonna make Enel the only legend in June. Like, that would be the only way that Ace versus Kanu gets to be French anniversary.
Well, I think NL should definitely be arriving this month, no doubt. But it's a matter of like,
is he the only legend though? Is the question.
I think for sure there's another batch coming. I just don't know what.
Magellan, probably this month then too.
They could potentially jam in Magellan because he was just on a random Sugo.
Magellan was after Ace vs Kanu on JP. Yep. So like, you could definitely have Enel come out after Kizuna, end of June, release Magellan, and then start like mid-July, you could release Blackbeard Moria. End of July, you release, or maybe you skip Blackbeard Moria, and then have One Piece Day as the mid-July type Sugo, and then have end of July French anniversary as Ace Kanu, and then after that you can release Blackbeard and Moria, so it kind of still work out.
They could do that.
I don't know though. There's so many orientations they could do.
The good thing about Magellan is he works well with either Ace or Akainu. So what if they put Magellan debut with Ace versus Akainu for the French anniversary?
I don't like that at all.
That wouldn't be bad because with the French Annie they could have multiple legends. With two sides, Ace versus Akainu, Magellan, and they both work well together. Plus,
what if they just fuck about and they just release Ace vs Kainu, Magellan, Blackbeard and Moria, all in the same time for French anniversary?
Oh my god!
What if they just do that? Fuck you, 3 parts. You guys can pick.
Like they do. Imagine if that all releases at the start of July, and that's all of July's like content for the month.
I wouldn't be mad. I wouldn't be mad.
They do whatever.
I would not be mad at all.
That would actually be probably one of the craziest Sugos of all time.
Because, like, as such, that's free. Everyone's pulling on Ace versus Kainu. Not many people will be jumping to... I mean, unless you get Ace and Kainu very early, you could probably jump to Mario or Magellan. But I could definitely see them just saying, fuck it. 3 legends, 3 banners. See you later. Like, here's July.
Damn, that's actually tough. Like, hypothetically, if that Sugo did exist and you pulled Ace versus Akainu, what would you go to next? Would you go to Moria or Magellan now?
I'd argue Magellan.
Probably like, Magellan for the PvP.
That's what I'd argue.
Yeah.
Because then you'd have pretty much the quick teams done until Luffy comes out.
Yeah. I mean, if they're gonna do that, I'd personally skip, because then next month you're gonna have the other 5. I'm sorry, the other 10.
Shit, true. Hold on. But see, that I guess the only positive to that would be that if Ace vs Akainu came out at the start of July, you chase Ace vs Akainu, get them at the start of July, then you have a whole month of saving gems until even probably more than a month, like 2 months maybe.
We would hope that French Annie has good sales.
Yeah, exactly. You know, you could stockpile gems after Ace Akainu and hold them until
especially if they're Roger Odin's type of sales.
Oh yeah, big time actually. Hold on. That's a shout. So like
good.
You could definitely do that. I don't know, bro.
There's so many different paths they could take.
French Annie is kind of crazy.
It could either be really good or it could be like the worst thing of all time.
It could be a complete mess. Like, we don't know.
Bro,
I'm excited though.
Bro, if Ace Akainu comes out at the end of June, I'm gonna be so pissed.
I don't know why, dude. I have a feeling they are though.
I'm gonna be so pissed if they come out at the end of June. Alright. I guess then.
I mean, then the question is, are you gonna pull?
Fuck yeah, bro. Of course.
Yeah,
Ace Akainu is so goated.
Sure.
Like, I have to. But see, that like for me personally, that makes it easier. Cause like, I'll get Ace Akainu. I'll skip Enel. I'll skip Magellan. I'll skip Blackbeard and Moria. I'll skip the Fire Tank Pirates. I'll skip Bonnie. That's like six Sugofests you save all your gems for. Then Luffy Lord Kid comes out and get all 3 of those. Call it a day.
Exactly, and that's why I personally want them to come out at the end of June, because knowing
that's fair.
Knowing what's gonna come out, I would much rather have that extra month of saving up gems.
That's fair. Especially because like French anniversary time, if God forbid it's Moria and Blackbeard, like it's an anniversary at the end of the day, right? So there's gonna be gems for free and all this kind of stuff. So like, you know, it's a lot of gems you just get to put in your back pocket and just save. You know, so like,
yeah,
pretty good there. I don't know. Well, I guess we'll see. I mean, and the next coming episodes we'll definitely be able to get a keen eye for what's popping. One other thing I want to bring up in the current state is the in-game cheating notice. This is kind of went under the radar a little bit. We kind of didn't talk about it. But on the Pirate Alliance Kizuna, there was a lot of fraudulent gameplay. Like, there were some people that are getting some obscene damage numbers. And I do believe that Bandai stepped in and removed them. I'm fairly sure they all got banned and such. Or at least removed from the ranking. So that's a positive thing. But we did get a notice on the JP version, and I believe we got one as well on the global version too. And I don't know if this is gonna allude to them actually gonna start to take action from now on, or is this there? Because at the start of every new bit of content, which is like on the first treasure map they did this, on the first Team Kizuna they did this, on the first Blitz battle they did this. And, you know, now they've done it as well. On the first Pirate Rumble, they kind of did it on Global with the, you know, like you can't fight the same opponent. You won't find the same opponent twice again or whatever. They always make a push to be like, oh, hey, if you guys are cheating, we'll catch you. And then they don't touch anything else. Do you guys think that there's a possibility now that, like, they're actually going to be, like, a larger advocate against, like, cheaters and stuff? Or do you think it's just going to be the same old
Sincerely
old
hope so. I sincerely hope that they're going to try and stop it, because, man, a lot of people get pissed about it. I mean, especially for Treasure Map. That's the biggest one too. That one needs to be stopped. But, you know, the fact that they're doing it for Alliance already, like that, that's good. And I just hope that it stays consistent and they do it every single Alliance, that they're making sure that no one's doing any funny business.
Yeah, I totally agree. Like, I think that having it be the way it is right now, we're like, I mean, it's so obvious, bro. Like, I mean, even in, like, the global, like, on TM GARP, like, it was, like, a motto in, like, top 10, top 5 even. I think it was. You know what I mean? Like, it's very obvious to point out who's cheating and not. But, like, I don't know. I guess, like, so I guess the reason why I put this in here was because, I believe it's JP Dokkan rolled out the,
Safety net.
The safety net. Which is crazy. Because that shit is, like, dangerous, how powerful it is. I believe it can catch third-party applications. It can catch if you're on an emulated device. It can catch if you're
emulator killer.
Yeah, if it can catch if you're on a rooted device. So like, I don't know, man. I hope that it's tested quickly and effectively on the JP Dokkan, and then it's implemented into other Bandai games as well.
Well, I guess, Yoshi used to work for Dokkan.
That's what I'm saying. So hopefully that advocacy can push towards something along those lines.
I'm pretty sure the reason why, or that's what people said, the reason why they did it was because I think it was the global Dokkan, like something like some big file got leaked.
Right.
And like people were able to see like a bunch of the assets and like rates and like stuff that was coming out.
Yeah.
And like it was like stuff that like people weren't supposed to see, and I guess they got upset about that.
Yeah, because on Dokkan they show the rates for each rarity of character, but they don't show the rates of each individual unit. But then people were able to find that out.
Interesting.
It didn't like show anything bad or anything. Like there was nothing malicious in the data, but it was just information that the general public are not allowed to see, basically.
This also kills the farming bot, right?
Yep.
Yeah, it was kind of already dead because they've mentioned it in the past, so people just stopped doing it, but now it's like actually dead. And also people can't do as far as we know right now, they can't do like the early showcases of characters anymore either, which I mean I think is a good thing.
Yeah, I agree too. I think that it's a positive step for Dokkan to do that. I just really hope that it gets implemented into
I didn't even think about that. So if that actually came to OPTC, then whoever runs that worst generation account, they wouldn't be able to do that stuff anymore. They can't do that stuff anymore,
yeah. So we won't be able to see the animations and stuff early.
We can still time travel though.
We can still time travel, and I think
you can time travel.
Mask can still like get the data downloads and stuff like that. Yeah, the icons and stuff like that too.
OPTC is the only game that like I know that you can time travel in.
It's still that shit. When I remember Todd used to do that all the time for videos, and like that was like 3 years ago. I was like, well, how the fuck does he do that? And I remember reading. I think Todd mentioned to me is like I just changed my date in my phone. I'm like, what the fuck? And
literally every other game I've ever played that does not work.
And then one day I just changed the date on my phone. And I was like, oh shit, there's such power. Like I can see everything that's going on. You know, like that's crazy that OPTC still does that.
Yeah, the game was like developed in like what 2014. So
because like the issue though was like Dokkan has like some spaghetti ass code, right? So for the that's the whole reason why the farming bot is like makeable.
Yeah,
in Dokkan. So I feel like maybe Safety Net was purpose made for Dokkan. So implementing it into other gacha games could be challenging, but at the same time, maybe it's not. And maybe it's like a blanketed like thing that they could just implement when they wanted to. So
I know FGO implemented Safety Net as well a while back.
FGO did? Oh shit, okay, bet.
Yeah, I remember seeing a lot of people that played on emulator. They were upset because they got ripped.
Yeah. So, well, I guess going forward, then, like, what? All right. So, obviously, like, I'll kick it to Knight first. I mean, Knight obviously, has come forth as no longer playing the game, but he's still a coveted member of the community, irrespective of that. But I'll kick it to Knight. Like, what would be like your expectation or your want or like whatever the way you can word it for JP to improve going forward per se? Like what would you expect them to do? What would you want them to do? Like how would you want the game to be handled for like the next 6 to 9 months from now to the end of the year in order to make the game better? What would you come forth and what would you want for that to be?
All right. I guess first, what we were saying earlier, like if you're gonna drop like 20 fucking legends a month, you have to like make it so there's like gyms that match with the legends that come out. So up in the gym count would be nice for that. Also, there hasn't been a TM update. We got like a Kizuna update that wasn't really needed, and like at the end of the day, it's not. I wouldn't say it's like a huge update. It's just like,
but it's still an update nonetheless, right? You know what I mean? At least they changed stuff.
Right, exactly.
Whereas TM, they haven't done shit. I mean, they did the TM building thing, but like the game mode itself is.
No, they're gonna do Alliance treasure map.
No, shut up. Shut up. Shut up, Todd. Don't.
That'd be AIDS.
Fuck that, bro. I'm not doing that. Anyway, sorry. Go on, Knight.
No. Yeah, it's all good. Yeah, doing that, and then I guess I would like to see probably like they made the new Garb challenge like after I left, which is pretty fucking funny. But
Knight's favorite mode as well. Go on.
I mean, I like Garb challenges, like
yeah, exactly, team building and shit.
But like, it's funny as hell that they make it right when I leave. Like, fuck off. Right. But
man's clocking
if
off.
if they'd like do that like monthly or like every 2 months, like something new.
Yep.
I think that would be good. It would be pretty refreshing. Like instead of like the bullshit where it's like you get one and then you have to like wait goddamn half a year for something.
Yeah, exactly.
Pretty annoying. I think the new arena was also pretty cool from what I've seen. So like if they keep doing stuff like that, I think that's cool. Anything else? I can't think of anything else at the moment, but yeah.
I'll jump in. We do have the numbers, or at least the Sensor Tower numbers for Anniversary Month on JP. Do you guys want to? If you guys haven't seen it, have you guys seen it at all? Have you guys looked at it numbers wise? All right.
Yeah, I've seen it.
All right, Knight. All right, you don't answer then. for Flame and Todd, what do you guys think the revenue was on Android for May?
My guess is 2 million.
Flame. What do you think? On Android, that is alone Android.
I think Android's usually lower. I'm gonna say like 1.
It made 3 million.
Damn.
Ooh, I was gonna say that.
But according to Fader Muffins, though, this is like one of the worst anniversary months in terms of revenue. So I don't know.
I think 3 million is a good month.
Maybe it's because of the Apple version made less than previous anniversaries. So what do you guys think the Apple version made? Or iTunes, sorry, that is.
3 mil.
If Android made
3,
I'm gonna guess 5.
And Apple made 6 million.
Oh,
so 9 million.
Okay.
Which is pretty good.
that's in US dollars, right?
That's in US.
Yeah.
So $9 million US.
And that's low for.
That's supposed. I didn't read it completely, but it was a really good post nonetheless. Shout out Fader Muffins as per usual. But supposedly it was one of the worst treasure map. Sorry, not treasure map. Geez, anniversary kinds of anniversary months.
And if it wasn't for that stupid horse game, they would have made top grossing.
Yeah, if it wasn't for Uma Musume.
That's crazy to me, actually, because like that's a pretty big number. I feel like that's actually really big for a month for Japan, and the fact that they pretty much were top grossing aside from that stupid horse game, like,
yeah,
I think it's been pretty successful.
I'm trying to find the post, but
yeah, that's good.
I think it's pretty good overall.
Yeah,
like, 9 mil is great.
It shows that people still spending money.
You know? Yeah, exactly right. Like people still spreading dosh. Here we go. He said that OPTC from January 18th to March 2021 made $200 million US. In 2020, in 2020 alone, OPTC JP made 55 million. It averages, okay, blah blah blah. The JP anniversary is everything. It made more money than all the months combined. I don't know. It's kind of crazy.
Well, that's really low then, if you compare that.
Where are we looking at? Yeah, that's what I mean. Like it's. But then he made a good point. He's like, I don't know. Is this the right post I'm looking at? Yeah. Maybe this is the right one. I don't know. But I recall him making a comment that like, that like OPTC, of course, everyone assumes the money's bad, so therefore it's dying. But like, I think he said like Pirate Warriors 4. Or I can't remember what One Piece game. Pirate Warriors 4 made like 54 million US total. So like, you know, an OPTC makes more than that per year. So like, in terms of One Piece games, I think this is akin to back when Chris was on the show.
Yep.
You know, he said that Treasure Cruise or One Piece Treasure Cruise is like the best in terms of like revenue generation and stuff. So
yeah, it's the highest money making One Piece.
Here it is. I found it. It was right below the one I looked at. So, it is worse than the previous months. But the previous. So when they have stats, so in 2018 they made 2 billion yen. So that's 200 million US. I think it's 200 million. No, it's 20 million US. Yeah, 20 million US. In 2019, it made 23 million US. In 2020, it made 18 million US. And 2021, it made 9.7 million US.
Damn, what the hell?
So 50% decrease.
Yeah, it's bad.
You know what I mean?
God,
So like,
damn.
that's the issue there. He says that a giant elephant in the room is the new Sugofest system. Makes sense. Here you go. Why Bandai has to release more Legends, which is kind of like, you know, like what I was saying is a positive thing. Yeah, here we go. He said, Pirate Warriors 4 sold about 60 million US worldwide in 2020. OPTC alone makes about that much literally every single year and is still among the top gacha games in terms of revenue.
Yeah.
So like,
Exactly.
you know, Pirate Warriors 4 is a like literal console game and made 60 million in 2020 alone. But Treasure Cruise made.
I don't know about that. I think that's capped. No, I think that's kind of capped, to be honest.
What do you mean? Pirate Warriors.
OPTC is one of the top
Oh, and probably not anymore.
gacha games in revenue. That's capped.
No, I don't think it's. I think it's like in maybe like in.
I like OPTC, but dude, there's games that do way.
Yeah,
way,
I think
way,
in like
way better.
maybe like recognition or recognizability. Again, made up word. Like, I guess that in that kind of sense, because it's One Piece, you can kind of
Like,
associate.
Yeah, during those big celebrations, it pops off, but like most of the time,
It's
like
lull. It's a lull period.
Not even close to top 100.
Yeah. I just wanted to mention this before I forget. Speaking of the horse game, look what just dethroned it.
Holy shit! Fate Grand Order is top grossing.
Yep, they beat it.
What is it? Fate? Is it
They
anniversary
released
time?
a new chapter.
Oh shit!
No, they just released a new story chapter.
God damn.
Jesus.
Well, there you go.
Anniversary for Fate is actually coming up.
That probably will keep it up there then for sure.
That
And
game
summer.
is a behemoth, bro.
I mean, it's what you like. I mean, when you have such a dedicated player base and you have people like that, I mean, like, people are gonna go run wild with that kind of shit, man.
I tried Fate Grand Order. I didn't like it that much.
I like
Great
Fate.
game.
I think it's a good game. It's just they know this is the sad part. They know regardless of whether they do shit or not, they're gonna make millions of dollars, so they just don't change shit. Like they have the same mechanics in the game that were in there from 2014.
I mean, look at Dokkan. For the most part, Dokkan's almost identical.
No,
right?
but no, in Fate it's whereas Dokkan like
literally the exact same. Literally,
like Fate, like
dog. There's no way.
I'm not getting into it. I'm not.
Yeah. All right. No. Skip that shit. Yeah. So I don't know. It's interesting. I think like what Knight said about JP is really good. I guess then I'll chuck it to you guys. We have been running for a long time actually, so I'll chuck it to you guys then, like to the behemoths, Todd and Flame. What do you guys think needs to be done to global in the next from now until the end of the year to improve it or to bring it back to a more positive mindset?
Communication.
Yep.
Consistently talking about like either what's coming or just ensuring that, you know, no stupid bugs are in the game, especially like ones that are on JP that come over, because that just pisses off people more. One thing that like kind of semi triggers me a little bit is how often they change Sugofest structures. Like, you know, we have, you know, a lot of the Sugofest back in the day were, okay, you knew what the Sugofest was going to be like before it debuted. You knew generally what the steps were going to be, but it feels like nearly every debut batch, it feels like the structure is so different from one another, and you don't really know what to expect. And you have some debut batches that are crazy good because of their Sugo, and some other ones are really bad. So I would like some consistency with Sugofest steps, I think that would be a really nice change, just so you kind of knew what you were expecting heading into it. Even like at the start of the year when we had the Halloween batch, like I remember Halloween Shanks was totally different. The Halloween Law and Mihawk were completely different to other batches we've seen this year. So yeah, some more consistency with that for sure, and then communication, definitely the big things.
I was dying from tea. Flame, what do you think? What do you think yourself?
I agree. Communication. I also would really like better time management regarding events. I also feel like they do sometimes try to make us feel like our server is distinct to the JP version. And I think if they're gonna do that, they can't repeat stuff or just literally copy and paste. They need to like somehow make it more fun for players. And as far as like just general game stuff, like I know this is just global, but like I hate the 6+. Like
true,
like I'm at
dude.
the point like
I don't
it was
care.
Like global
it
for a
doesn't matter.
6+ or something.
Like I agree with everything you guys have said. I want to like, maybe this is a more personal thing. I don't care about global exclusive content or global first stuff. While it's cool and all, like we've never had a situation where like, I mean, like global first stuff has been like high and mighty, like fantastic, right? Like it's been cool, it's been neat, but I don't think that that's the selling point that needs to be done to improve the game. I think, you know, like Todd said, communication is key. And then what Flame said, scheduling is key. I think do away with trying to make yourself so distinct. You're like, global is the latter version of One Piece Road to Clues Japan. That's just how it is. That's how gacha games work. You know, there's no point in you saying we're a different game. No, you're not. Like, just accept what JP gives you, schedule it well, make the Sugofest desirable, and then, you know, you're going to have success and consistent generation of revenue. Because at the end of the day, that's what all a gacha game is, right? It's a mindset of making money. Like, the concern with, I mean, like, you know, what Flame posted in our chat, like, Fate Grand Order making more money than Uma Musume, which trumped JP OPTC, and JP OPTC only made 9 million, you know, US dollars, which we say only 9 million, which, you know, like kind of sounds obscene, right? But if I was just to type in like Dokkan Battle, for example, like, you know what I'm saying, Dokkan Global Android version, we're loading, made 5 million. Nothing's going on.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Wait, when did they make that? This month?
May.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I mean, they're not really much.
Exactly. That's 5 million. That's global. So, like, if I was to look at global OPTC, for example, like, on
less than 500k probably.
500k on Apple. 500k. Like, again, I feel like OPTC Global is a loss leader, if that makes sense. But it made 600k on Android. Oh, shit. Probably more people playing on emulator in that sense then. But
probably.
I think OPTC Global is a loss leader for Bandai in a sense, where it's like the only reason why it exists is because it's a global game and people that speak English or languages alike can play it and enjoy in OPTC itself. It'll never make money. It was never meant to make like tens of millions of dollars, but at the same time, that's not an excuse to not make the game fun.
Does that like still include like the Korean expenditure on the game as well?
I don't know actually. Let me see if I can find it.
With the merge of Korea,
that revenue should in theory go up, right?
Yeah, I would think so.
But I cannot find Korean version on Sensor Tower, so maybe
unless I don't know then. I'm not too sure then. I feel like that should be more, but I don't know.
Yeah, I guess hopefully in June we'll see an increase in revenue then for the June standings. But I guess, you know, time will tell there. But I just think it's not hard, man. Like, I think I don't want extra gameplay. I don't want unique things, blah, 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 blah. While that stuff's cool, it doesn't do much for the long tail. What we need is more letters like this, more open transparency with the players, and better time scheduling, and stop rearranging as many things as you want and then like a year and a half later, like, oh, whoops, we missed it. We're coming back. It's a very simple thing to do. So that's my due diligence there. Anything else from today, gentlemen, before we crack on to questions and such?
Don't think so.
I guess I'll add one more thing that I forgot to mention. Completely forgot about. They need to fucking change the goddamn debut Sugos on JP.
Yeah, I agree.
Like, they're fucking dog shit.
I agree.
Like, God.
Just... Oh, you can go, Nate.
Oh no, I was just done. Like make the steps more desirable and reduce the amount of steps. It's really retarded. That. Sorry if those words are offensive.
That's fine.
I don't know why we have like 30-step multis. 30 step.
It's too much.
Sugos.
It's too much.
Yeah, and also no 30 gem multis, no discounts, all that stuff. That sucks.
Yeah. Imagine playing Japan.
It's just I don't get like
that's sweet.
Fuck, I'm back on it. Why 30 multis? Like
it's too much. Like it's way too much.
What was it? On Todd, you can correct me if I'm wrong. Wasn't the Aokiji banner on what was it, Fighting Path? The first like SS unit is guaranteed to be Kuzan.
So it's a 1.3% chance to get an SS,
which is low.
The first one you get is guaranteed to be the new one.
That's tight though. I think that's pretty cool. Whilst the rate is low,
you get it guaranteed after the 9th multi.
Dude, fuck me, that's sick. Like, you know what I mean?
Another thing as well is, remember, it's like a fragment gacha, so...
But the first copy you get, though, at least is the, like, you know, you get the bloody unit to start off with.
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
You know
and,
what I mean?
well, the thing about the game as well, is side note, is that in PvP, it doesn't matter, like...
Yeah, if you have the unit, you can use it and maxed out in PvP. That's different. That's Fighting Path.
Oh, like, that's surprising.
Yeah, it's really cool, though, like, how they do that with PvP. As long as you have the unit, you don't have to worry about... like power scaling. It's pretty much all skill.
Like the equipment doesn't count for PvP
either. It's pretty much all skill at that point in terms of like actually using the characters, which is really neat for PvP, that is. But like that's like 30 multis is so archaic. I mean, we're blessed because 3 years ago we used to like not have any guarantee, mind you. So like having a guarantee in the first place is great, and we're thankful, but it's time to modernize. If you want people to spend lots of money, you have to make the guarantees lower, and you can't fluctuate from 20 to 30 every like couple of Sugofests. It has to be consistent, like at like 20 max, 15 max. Because if you made it 15, more people are going to do 15 multis per Sugofest than they're going to do 30 multis. You know what I mean? 20, 15, like that Shanks, as much as that Shanks is kind of mid, shout out Stump. Fuck that guy. But every episode, man, 15 multis is fantastic. It's very good. Like, it's such a solid number. Like, okay, 750 gems. You get half of those every month. Not even half, less. But, like, you can still at least make up that many for a legend. Imagine Ace Akano came out, 15. Mario came out, 15. You know? Like, you're more likely to hit 15 or 15 on both of those banners than you would hitting 30 on each. Easily.
Oh, for sure.
So that's definitely something that needs to be improved.
So check this out. This is new game bias.
Oh god, here we go. He's 37th gacha of the year.
One of the new games I played.
He's 37th gacha of the year. Here we go.
Counter side.
What the fuck? Counter Strike? He played his Counter Strike. So
they have like there's two types of banners. There's like the generic banner for like the new units.
Yep.
And then they have like the equivalent, I guess, of like a Super Sugo unit, right?
Yep.
The Super Sugo unit banner, you have to use a different type of currency.
Yep.
But the banner it has a pity of 150 summons, so it's like 15 multis basically.
Mm-hmm.
But the way those banners work is like, say for example, the banner's up for a month, you do like 100 pulls on it, so like 10 multis, right? 100 at 150. Yep. If you don't pull that unit, the next awakened banner that comes out, that 100 at 150 pity carries over to the next banner.
Great.
That's huge.
Yeah.
I reckon the carryover system would be sick. Like, nonetheless. I feel like carrying over more, especially with Super Sugo. You know, like, for when Luffy, Law, and Kid come out, you know, like, carrying over and stuff. I guess you're really hard, though. No, I want to vomit. Just a reference for the listeners at home. Knight just posted a photo of a rainbowed out Sanji, which means somebody pulled 4 extra copies of that unit plus the one they got, so 5. That is gross.
Do you want to know what the most gross thing is? He did all that effort and it's not even Limit Break Plus.
Yeah, no Kyobi.
So it's still shit. Fuck that guy. No, look at that socket order. Cooldown, despair, auto heal, bind, and defense nasty, up. Bro, get him out of here. That's gross.
Get out.
Alright. I'm a jump. So to everyone's favorite segment, in other news, a bunch of new characters came out on JP. Arena Mihawk, the new Pirate Rumble Rare Recruit Cracker, Event Blackbeard, and then the new free-to-play Pirate Rumble Rayleigh. They're all out. Go farm, go summon, do all that cool stuff. There's a new Limit Break batch. V1 Ray, Robin, and V2 Sanji.
Bro, Robin though. Holy
Robin
shit.
is now a 4.5x captain, which is kind of crazy.
Yeah, that's kind of crazy.
Rayleigh is nothing extra, I don't think, except he makes Psy, Int, and Tandem Balls beneficial for all characters, I think it is.
And I think he recovers after.
And 2 turns recovery at the end of each turn, which is actually kind of really good. Pretty strong.
But, like, he's still weak.
Yeah, he's still shit.
Yeah, just do it for the cooldown.
Yeah, one cooldown is pretty good. Robin being a 4.5 as captain's pretty neat. And then Sanji is still shit, but instead of 1 turn of cooldown, it's 2 turns. Oh, yo, let's go.
Game breaking.
Yo. Shit. And then in Otama, in Toshigi, and Sai Ivankov all get 1 cooldown. And Otama gets hunger reduction, which is actually pretty good, I'd say, for rare recruits.
Sai Ivankov
gets
that's a really good
Sailor Despair, so pretty good. In Toshigi can be skipped easily because it's fucking ship bind. No one fucking cares about ship bind. 11.0.3 came out on the JP version. There was maintenance, and essentially it was bug fixes, and you can now double tap to skip the last of animation. I don't get why that wasn't a thing.
Yeah, what?
From the start, but hey, you do you, King. Go off. Alright. Like we said, there is the new, or Knight mentioned, sorry, as well. There is the new GARP challenge, Worst Generation, that came out. So pretty cool there. And there's another GARP challenge. Pretty neat. And there's new debuffs. Like last episode, there was new debuffs. Again, new debuffs here. There was a counter healing debuff, so every time you heal, you actually take damage. And there is a damage limiting debuff where there's a specified amount of damage you can do, and then once that hits 0, it's 0. Like, you can't deal any more damage that turn.
Yeah, both those are AIDS.
They're both shit debuffs. They're both such cop-out debuffs.
Versus stay winning, though.
Yeah, versus Kanu's burn hits through the damage limit, so... You know, that might incentivize you guys more.
What if you're running Sanji when you get fucked by that healing debuff?
Yes. Yes, you would actually. So, yeah, that's it. All right, and then into everyone's favorite segment after their favorite segment, it is the Q&A.
Woo.
As per usual, you guys can send us in questions via Twitter and via YouTube at GGP Podcast on Twitter and at Good Great Perfect on YouTube. First question comes in from ZDude181. A lot of these questions might be irrelevant, so we've already talked about, so we'll see how we go there. Hey gang, do you guys think they should start giving out a schedule for content / Sugofest release each month? They kind of gave us a makeup schedule in Yoshi's letter, and I was curious if you think they should continue doing that on a more regular basis for normal content. Yes.
Yeah.
That'd be nice.
It'd be nice, but at the same time, I don't think it's necessary.
Like, they could tease it. They could say on this date, new Sugofest batch, but not say what it is.
Yeah, I'd like that. If they told us dates, but not maybe exactly what it is, that'd be a lot more ideal.
But at the same time as well, if we are caught up to Japan,
it won't be necessary.
Yeah.
But they need to, why the fuck do they stop making the newsletters on JP? That just stopped all of a sudden. Those were so good.
I like those.
So hopefully if we do catch up to JP, there'll just be a universal newsletter that comes out every month, where it's a couple tweets from both versions of the game on Twitter. And it's hey, blah, 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 blah is happening.
It was always fun when they released the 6+ silhouettes. And
and you could kind of predict or kind of think who would be it. So now it's they just chuck a book in the Rayleigh shop and you just have to assume there.
Yeah.
Start dropping patch notes.
At A Shadow 131 asks, do you guys think we'll ever have 100% scalp again? Love the podcast, keep up the grind. Thank you.
Yeah.
Of course. probably
next month.
probably for global French anniversary. So keep your eyes out there. JP, I don't fucking know, man. At some point, maybe. Christy obviously asked the question about French anniversary. We answered that, but shout out Christy. Punicio3 asks, do you guys think that this rushing of events, aka the double TM, might come back to try to catch up to JP, considering the Yoshi Letter, or do you think this is just a one-time thing? Thanks, you guys. Love the podcast. Think it's a one-time thing, and you guys think it's going to be consistent? What do you guys think? I think it's going to be consistent until we catch up. Obviously.
Oh yeah, I don't see them consistently like back to back.
I don't see this. I see this being a thing from now until we catch up to JP. I don't think it's a one-time thing. Maybe for Sugofest it might be a little different, but I think for content it will be doubled up for at least the next couple of months.
Yeah, it's hard to say because like with this one, this was a bit of a weird circumstance because we already had a batch release, so
yeah,
combining these random events was just the easiest way to do it.
Yeah,
but for like other events, if they did it in the future where they have to do multiple batches. That might be a bit difficult to do merges, but we'll have to wait and see.
Exactly right.
Yeah, I'm split 50-50. I want to say I think it's a one-time thing only because of the situation.
Yeah.
But considering what he said in the letter, that kind of like counters what I said.
Yeah, exactly right.
So, yeah, I'm gonna say
counter
one time
side.
Yeah, hey yo, hold on.
Yeah, download counter side. No.
At Richie Jarius asks, I would like to start out by saying I'll miss my boy Knight's content on OPTC, and I respect him for a lot for what he's doing. What's best for him. Love from Chicago Goon. Secondly, how do you guys think Global can catch up to JP? Well, thank you, Richie Jarius, for the kind words at Night. Go listen back to our whole conversation. But like, it'll just be a double of content, and then eventually we'll
just continue what's happening this month.
Exactly right. It'll just be double up of content until we get to there. Who knows? Any words from you, Knight? To Richie Jarius?
No, I appreciate that. But yeah, listen to the podcast.
Hey, that's right, bro. And if while you're listening, go subscribe. You weirdos. Please. I want to hit 2K. And if you got to this point in the podcast, what's the word they should type in the comment section, Todd?
Fruit salad.
Fruit salad. If you get to this point in the podcast, type fruit salad. We'll know you're a avid listener. Or if you're listening to us on Spotify, tweet us at GGP Podcast with fruit salad, and we'll know you're a goon.
Yes, please.
Alex Viker asks, I think I'll ask obvious question here. What do you guys think about Yoshi's last announcement regarding Global? Don't worry, we got you there, dude. And do you think Global's going to catch up to JP? And is that a good thing? There you go. That's probably
is it a good thing? That's a good question.
That's a great question. Hype-wise, great.
Yeah.
Planning-wise, terrible. That's my
positives and negatives to both. Yeah. The fact that you can't plan for what banner you want to pull for as much. That's the downside for sure.
But I do think that potentially the hype outweighs the downside, I guess, maybe. Because
I would agree because like whenever stuff comes out to JP, everyone's like, when's it coming to global? When's it coming to global? It's like, well, you like 5 months, bro.
you can be like, shut up, bitch, in 2 seconds. Oh, it's here.
And then by the time like it comes out to global, people like, oh wait, there's this other cool thing on Japan that I want
exactly.
Instead, you know?
So I think like that's definitely a big part of it where we can be excited for content to come out at the same time. But on the other side, it makes plannings and what Knight's harped on a lot, like gems and spending, and the issue there becomes extrapolated quite extensively because we no longer have a plan of action in terms of what we want to pull on. You kind of just have to pull on something and hope to God that becomes the meta for a good period of time.
Sure.
Joel Leon, they ask, do you guys think we'll get a World Journey / offshoot legend with all, if not most, of the missing World Journey units as the rare recruit batch? Could be a nice way to get a global first legend and entice people to pull. That's a good shout.
I hope not.
I hope not, but that's a good shout. Do you guys see
that's actually a good idea.
Do you guys see the Ichiban Kuji figurines they're making?
Yeah.
they're making a bunch of new ones for the 4th anniversary Legends. No,
Yep.
not even. It's like for Sabo, Blackbeard.
Yeah, it's the Super Type Legends. Yeah.
V1 Law is getting made into a figurine, and then the initial Ichiban Kuji. The Login Luffy is getting a figurine as well.
Yep.
I was so scared. I didn't look at the Blackbeard properly first, and I was like, oh no. They're going to release 5 new Ichiban Kuji collab units, and then they showed the art, and I was okay, thank God. It's just Super Type Blackbeard. We're safe. I don't want a legend. That's too much. That's too much.
That's an interesting shout.
It is though, for sure.
I didn't think about that.
That's a good. That is definitely a good way to like split up into 3 parts. The Ichiban Kuji, the World Journey units to be split up into 3 parts, and to have a legend to entice people to pull. They could do that.
Each banner has a legend.
Oh, okay. Shut up. Next question. Next question. CS Wins asks, hey guys, as always, love the content. Very sad to see Knight leave the game, but you got to respect a man for knowing when it's time. His first part of the question is, I'm wondering what are some manga that you love that don't get talked about enough in your opinion? Any manga out there you guys reading that you really enjoy?
I'm not up to date with these 2 particular manga at the moment, but I've read majority of them. Jujutsu Kaisen, really good. And Chainsaw Man.
Oh, yep.
Really good.
Night Flame, anything you guys are reading or have read doesn't get talked about too much?
Well, I can go first.
Yeah, Flame's gonna pull out his My Anime list real quick. Hold on.
Well, I was gonna say, as far as Toriko, not Toriko, what am I talking about? Chainsaw Man and JJK, both of those are relatively high, so I would say those are hyped. But I'm just tell everybody, go read Toriko.
Yep. For me personally, go for it.
Okay. I was just saying one other one that I had been reading was Dr. Stone. That's pretty
that's
good
a
too.
show. I'd say for me, probably like not necessarily underrated, but Haikyuu. It's fantastic manga. Mm-hmm. Definitely go read that.
I was gonna say Haikyuu, but he said underrated, I think.
Yeah, I don't care. Haikyuu's sick. Go read it. That shit's tight as hell. Knight, what you got?
For me, I'd say like Gantz, Beelzebub, Akinohana, both of those.
Beelzebub?
Hey, no one talks about it, bro.
That's true.
Good.
That's true. That's true.
Little ass Zoro.
Yeah, little prequel Zoro.
Yes, sir. Yeah, he's the GOAT, bro.
That is true.
Hate on my boy.
All right. These next couple questions are spoiler-related questions. Yeah, that's the spoiler siren. If you don't want to hear spoilers, thank you for listening to this episode of GGP. Make sure you like and subscribe to all that good stuff. We do really appreciate it. All of our social links are in the description. If you do want to listen to spoilers, then 3, 2, 1, spoiler questions. OSD Yonko asks, which new possible legend from the Onigashima arc are you most excited for? And then he also asked a question, what do you think about a legend that could raise the number of combo hits? So that's not a necessary spoiler question, but the main part of that question. Onigashima arc legend, what do you guys think?
Well, I mean,
Kaido.
Kaido.
Yep. Well, hybrid Kaido would be kind of fucking
hybrid Kaido would be tight.
Yeah.
And obviously
Yamato, boys, let's fucking go,
you can't go
dude.
past it, dude. It has to happen.
I want Perispero legend. Make it happen.
Yeah.
Actually, wouldn't be bad. Or Perispero versus Carrot, or versus Wanda and Carrot.
Oh, they're dead. Fuck them.
V2 Chopper.
Yeah, let's go, bro. V2 Chopper, and the art is just him swinging Queen around.
Yeah, dude. Hell yeah.
I want that that V3 Nami with the climate attack Zeus.
Yo, sick. You could easily make any one of the Tobiroppo legends easily.
Yeah.
Yep.
I want Sanji holding Zoro.
Please, bro. I will pity someone that Sanji. That Sanji would be so fucking cool. Make him a slasher captain as well for the memes, bro. That should be so tight.
They're gonna do like the Ashura Zoro, but he's gonna be like terrible because.
Bro, please no. No, make a Kaido and Big Mom versus Zoro legend. There you fucking go.
Name it Ashura Zoro, and then you see his decks.
Yep. Yeah, you know what?
Oh, sorry, we deleted Dex, remember? Dex doesn't exist, bro. It'd be in.
Oh, but like Yamato is definitely the number one. I want to see for sure.
And then Yamato can be a combo legend. Let's go. What the fuck is with these people in combo hits, man? Doesn't the amount of damage you do doesn't change unless it did change.
Like combo hits is lame.
It's a weird.
No, well, I mean, maybe like if they increase your combo, like I don't know.
I think units with higher combo hits are easier to switch manual targeting.
Correct.
Oh yeah, for sure.
That'd be true. I agree.
But like, such an annoying like mechanic.
Unless it was a way where it was like the more hits a unit does, the more damage they do. If there was like there was like a conditional boost or a new like buff that was like high combo hits did more. Every hit did a little bit more damage.
Well, what about if it's something stupid like it's like a combo hit based team, and like it's something like if your combo hits exceed 25 or 20, the rest of the combo hits for the turn bypass all defensive effects.
That'd be really cool.
That'd be cool.
That'd be cool. I'd rate that.
Yeah.
And then I guess then this ties in actually to our previous question from CS Wins. He asked a spoiler question as well. How long do you think it'd take before a Yamato legend arrives? Given the character's popularity, I'd expect to see one in the coming months.
Okay, here's a question that goes with that. Do you think we're gonna get Yamato before or after the reveal in the anime?
I reckon like a week before. It's gonna be a Sober Mask type beat. I reckon 100%.
How close is it?
We're probably like 10 weeks away.
I think Yamato's either gonna come out for the big September JP Sugofest or New Year's.
When was obviously it's probably pretty dumb of me to ask. When was 6.5 anniversary for JP? Was it? That was like
November.
Yeah.
Maybe Yamato there for 6.5 Annie because you got quite a big lump 6.5 Annie. Maybe for 7.5 Annie you could have Yamato.
That could fit.
Or at that point you could push it as a New Year's celebration too, and have Yamato as a New Year's. But then again, that would be pushing it to global, which maybe, but potentially pushing it to global at least. So I don't know.
And like, would she even debut by herself?
She would have to. I mean, she, I don't know. Sorry, don't fight in the comment section, you weirdos.
Okay, yeah, just say, would Yamato debut
by them stands would be going crazy, bro.
The better question, who will Yamato debut with?
Luffy! Yeah!
Yeah, let's go.
Onigashima Luffy, 6+ super type.
What if Yamato debuts like alongside Momonosuke legend? I'm
not mad. I don't know.
Dual unit Momonosuke Shinobu.
Odin V2. That's the one.
I mean, that'd be kind of cool. Oh no, Ace.
Ace. Ooh, okay.
We're gonna get a solo Yamato and then like another banner with Yamato versus Ace.
I would expect like the unevolved artwork to be with the mask, and then the evolved one to have it off.
I'd agree.
Bro, how bad would it be if the 6-star had the mask on still?
Yeah, that'd be ass.
That's just Bandai things.
Hey, bro, it might.
Bandai makes the 5-star not have the mask on.
And the 6-star has the mask on. Like, oh shit!
Stampede Luffy all over again.
God. Oh no! I don't know. I think Yamato is definitely the next big celebration legend. So either the September thing that Flame will be out this year. Oh, 100%. Yeah. There's no way.
I agree.
There's no way they don't come out this year.
100%. Completely agree.
I would personally argue that 7.5 Annie, so if they do it again, that is, will come with Yamato. I think that's definitely a potential.
That is gonna be I don't know, what could they even make Yamato be? Like probably like a striker free spirit?
Probably something like that. Not Dex. At least not Dex.
Yeah, what color though? Yeah, Dex would be awful.
I mean, Dex doesn't exist, so probably it.
Should be Psy.
Should be Strength, I reckon. Should be Psy of Strength, easily. Psy of
Strength. That would be ideal, yeah. Should
be Quick. Fuck yours, just Quick. Let's go.
Yeah, Quick would be kind of cool.
Because then she could maybe partner up with Onigashima Luffy. Ooh.
Or V2 Kaido.
Ooh. Or we'll probably have we'll have another Kaido by then. Guaranteed. There's no way we don't.
I mean, it's kind of funny with all this like Wano stuff is like how many different potential versus Kaido units that people.
That's
want.
what I'm saying, bro. Everyone keeps on saying like, "Oh, I want a Kaido versus fucking Jabroni." It's like, bro, how many versus Kaidos do you want? I don't want any more.
Who do you want? You want versus Odin versus Luffy versus Zoro
versus Yamato. Like,
yeah,
bro,
like oh my god.
And then and then once Luffy makes it back on top of the fucking cars, the island shit, another one. Like, bro, come on, dog. We don't want no more.
8th Annie is just gonna be like 5 different verses.
But it's all Kaido. What if it's finally split evolutions? And it's all Kaido as the base, but then you get to pick the other one.
And that's how they get you to pull multiple copies.
So you have to. So what happens is a Kaido and a Luffy, Zoro, Yamato, Odin all release, and then you have to combine them together in a new content format. And then it makes a versus Kaido and Luffy, versus Kaido and Zoro. You know, hey,
I don't want no part of this.
I don't want. Hey, bro,
it's gonna be that new Pokemon card.
Bro, we don't.
Yeah, true,
bro.
Hey, save that for the post show. For the post show. All right, we're done. I think we're done. We've been here for fucking 2.5 hours. All right,
and
that's it. As per usual, if you made it past the spoiler section, thank you very much. Like Todd said. Comment bananas. I was about to say banana split again. Comment fruit salad if you made it to this point here, or tweet us fruit salad at GGP Podcast. Speaking of our social medias, you can find us at Linktree, linktr.ee/Good You can find us on all social media platforms, Instagram and Twitter at GGP Podcast, and you can find us on anchor.fm/GGP Good Great Perfect. We can find us on a bunch of audio only platforms, the main ones being Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and Google Podcasts. Make sure you go give us reviews on Apple Podcasts. I'm watching. Do it. As per usual, thank you to my amazing co-hosts, Flamevious, Giant Green, Pen 15, and Toadskii. Thank you guys. All of our social medias are in the description down below. Go like us and follow us and all that kind of fun stuff. 2,000 subs before our 2nd anniversary on GGP. That's our goal. Try to make it happen. If you got it to this far and you're not subscribed yet, do yourself a favor and subscribe for some more fantastic content. Any last words, gentlemen?
Have yourself a great day.
Yes. With that being said, I have been Captain Papi, Flame, Knight, and Todd. Thank you for listening to another episode of Good Great Perfect. Talk to you guys next time. Peace.
Bye-bye.